let's work together. Visit Americares.org to learn how.
Haywood Community College offers over 30 programs of study to obtain your associate's degree or specialized certification. We can help you find the perfect program to pursue your educational journey while staying local, offering small class sizes with flexible classroom delivery options and transferable degrees and credits to numerous North Carolina universities. There's no telling where HCC could lead you. Save time and money by staying local. Visit haywood.edu for more information and to begin the registration process. And go Mounties!
From the Ingalls Studios, this is ESPN Asheville, WPEK, W225CJ Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, and iHeart radio station.
Now, your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Credit. That's credit. Enter it now.
It's your chance at an inflation vacation. Go to ESPNAVL.com and good luck.
Live from the Ingalls studio.
I can't wait to play with myself every day.
The Sportsocracy.
Damn the devil to hell! Let the big dogs eat! Let them on the field!
Come get you some of this.
Fire them cannons! By golly, put more powder in those things.
He couldn't take any more disappointment.
Oh my God. The Jets killed him.
It is ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. It is a
Football Friday!
You damn right it is. It is a Football Friday. We are geared up, ready to go here in the Ingalls studio. I left my headphones down down the hallway, and so I had to run and sprint, and I'm fat. I'm not a runner. Not a fitman.
Watching you run does kind of look like a fat groundhog crawling out of a hole.
Just got to scoot on down the. Kyler Murray does it way better than I do. Welcome into a Football Friday. It is going to be, of course, all of the previews of everything happening this weekend. We'll have the daily draft coming up in the third hour of the program, where we'll talk about where are we going to go. Or where would you go? Because there's no football game where we're going this weekend.
No, we are going to a football stadium, but it's not for a football game.
Yes. The concert for Carolina is tomorrow night. For those of you who may not be fortunate enough to go to the concert, you can stream it online. You can stream it on Veeps. All you got to do is just go to Veeps.com. It's right up there. That's like the first thing on the page. And if you live in the disaster area, you just click and sign up, make a username, and they'll stream it to you for free.
It's geofenced. It doesn't say anything.
Nope.
There's not a link that says free stream or anything like that.
Nope.
You just run through it like you normally would, and it'll appear if you're geofenced within the area of Helene's Pass.
Yes, indeed. You can also, if you can't stream it, you will be able to listen to it on the iHeartRadio airwaves. Kiss Country, 99.9 Kiss Country will be streaming the concert, which is going to be cool.
It will just be streaming. You will not hear Eddie Fox. He will be with us. So don't expect to hear Country Evening, y'all.
You may. You never know. You never know what's going to happen. It has been surprise after surprise after surprise in this building, and who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Big shout out to Mountain Graphics. Joe Green over there. Went and saw him today. We got our Craigtown Strong T-shirts. I highly advise everybody does that. They are going to be giving all of the proceeds from the Craigtown Strong T-shirt sales to Craigtown. The people there obviously devastated with Hurricane Helene. That area lost 13 people in that neighborhood. It's an unimaginable thing. $20 for one of the coolest looking T-shirts, relief T-shirts, if I do say so. It's not a bad thing. So Mountain Graphics, that's your place to go. I think it's just mountaingraphics.com.
Yes.
And you can order online as many as you would like. I went and picked up T-shirts today for everybody on the staff. So all of our people have T-shirts now, and we're all standing with you.
This is what I will be wearing at the show tomorrow.
Yes.
But I did wear it for this show so you could see it and get one of your own.
Precisely. We wanted to put it out there for you. So
we have our first two Super Chats of the day. And one of them is a gigantic one that might be the biggest one we've ever gotten.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
The first one's from our buddy Red C, who said, so about that Puka Nacua not playing thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a bunch of you that I never claimed to be a real smartman. So I saw the article that said that the LA Rams had until 1 o'clock to activate Puka Nacua.
Mm-hmm.
What I didn't think about was time zones. That was 1 o'clock Pacific time,
yes,
not 1 o'clock Eastern time. Can we just universally, in stories, you use Eastern Standard Time?
Well,
I don't give a damn that you're in L.A. I'm in North Carolina, and I read it, and I'm so used to it being Eastern Standard Time that I didn't think about it, okay? Okay.
Right, that's what you get for reading an LA Times story on the LA Times website.
I'll never make that boo-boo again.
You do have to keep that into account. I was just thinking, man, I didn't know they missed the window.
Well, I know it's 4 o'clock Eastern. I don't really know why that didn't dawn on me, but I saw it and went, well, it's past 1 o'clock.
Well,
not where they are.
Sometimes you swing, sometimes you miss. It's all right.
Yeah, but sometimes you grab a face mask and the officials go, I didn't see it.
So I hope you had the over on Puka Nacua. What was it, 68 yards, I think? I think that was the prop that was given out yesterday. So if hopefully you took a wager or made a wager on that and took the over. Because he had like 120 something. Anyway.
He had a lot. He was real good.
Yeah, we'll get into it
in a minute.
Yeah, we'll get into it in just a minute. Super chat?
Yeah, we don't have a button for a super chat that big.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money.
That's from our buddy, Armchair Commentary, Great North Sports, David Smith. He goes by many names. And he said, I appreciate it. Really? That's the annoying one's the bigger button?
I just wanted to hit it. You said it needed a little something extra.
Need a little pizzazz?
Yeah, right. You want to spice up anything? Yeah. Little John.
Stop that. 2004 called. He's not relevant anymore. Stop that. Yeah. Said, I appreciate everyone who has stuck by the boys and sometimes me. You guys rule and the people need more of this. Lastly, as a request, he needs to hear Country Roads. And I believe during this show we can
certainly make that happen.
We can make that happen maybe more than once.
And we all need a good sing-along every now and
for
then.
sure. We're going to end this show. And you know what's funny? It's so funny that Dave and I talk enough that I think we've become one brain because I was planning on ending the show with that today anyway. He also said he had I lost the message. He had the best sales month ever. He makes 1% of everything he sells, and he sold a boatload.
Come on.
So a very solid month for the Armchair. Congratulations to the Armchair.
Absolutely. We're just killing it with pickles, guys. Love it. Absolutely love it. All right, last night, Thursday Night Football. I mean, do we start with the officials?
Oh, God, yeah.
Because I don't know. I don't know how you miss that. I don't know how you watch Sam Darnold get pulled to the ground by his face and watch his head spin around like he's in The Exorcist, and you don't call that.
Because you are absolutely terrible at your job. I mean, look, I don't get great enjoyment out of people losing their jobs. The white hat should never officiate another NFL game for the rest of his life. That's how bad of a call that is. This is an 8-point game. This is a safety in the end zone, and he was drugged down by his face mask. And if it wasn't bad enough that you didn't see it, Byron Young then literally gets up and goes, oh, no, what did I do? And the official's looking right at him. Never at any point went, hey, I wonder why he did that. I guess he got a headache. Go about my day eating my Snickers bar. Do.
Yeah.
You should never be allowed to work another NFL game. Now, here's what I really don't understand. With all the times that we have, because that's a scoring play.
Yes.
You get that that's reviewed up top. How did we not buzz down and go, hey, stupid, you realize he brought him down by his face?
Well, they said on the broadcast that part of the play was not reviewable.
I'm not saying you had to review it. I'm saying you get the damn call right.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I don't care what's reviewable and what's not. That cannot be the number one story today. I don't care what the logistics are. I don't care who buzzes down. I don't care who announces it. I don't care if they take the white hat out in effigy. I don't care. Get the call right. And yes, I get it. Minnesota would have had to have gone down the field, scored a touchdown, and converted the 2-point conversion.
Yep.
You ended the game.
Mm-hmm.
You ended it. Ball game. Mm-hmm. Done. Over. Nothing you can do. Games can't end that way. Especially not in a primetime slate in a standalone game. You cannot keep getting these things wrong. I don't know why officiating is getting worse, but it is. And it is time for Roger Goodell to do something about it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if that means sky judge. I don't care if that means full-time officials. I don't care. You make enough money, fix it. Okay, this ain't the WNBA that's losing $40 million a year. You're making plenty of money.
Oh, you're printing money.
Fix the problem.
Right. Do we have, does it take, what would be the problem? What would be the expense of having maybe not a second crew, but at least two more sets of eyes on every game? What would that cost? I can't imagine that would be an expense that the NFL can't take. Like, you come up with, this is going to be our, central command. Every game will have two other head officials that are just sitting there watching the game.
Which you have by the way.
Right, they don't even have to be in the studio.
And I'm not saying that every call should be adjudicated this way. I've always said it's really stupid when people say, well, the human element is part of the game. No, making mistakes is not part of your job.
Mm-hmm.
When it's something that drastic, you've got to have something that can overrule and go, boys, this is common sense.
Yep.
That's not a judgment call. This is what it is.
Officials, man. We all hate them.
They're awful.
We all hate them.
And there's absolutely, what drives me crazy is that there's no punishment to these guys whatsoever.
No.
Because you will see that same goober on a sideline sometime next week. I promise you.
Wild card game in the playoffs. Yay. Thanks. I have always had a problem with the fact that there is no accountability for the referees. Everybody in every job is held accountable for every decision that you make, right? You have a boss that holds you accountable for your daily tasks. If you miss your daily tasks or you screw up your daily tasks, guess what? The boss is going to come in and talk to you about it, right? If you're in a public job, everybody's going to come talk to you about it. But for some reason, NFL officials, NBA referees, down the line. I'll never
understand it.
There is no accountability.
You control games, and there's no accountability for you whatsoever.
Yeah.
This is one of those times that Roger Goodell should put out a statement today of whatever that official's name is, and I didn't care enough to look, is done. We have removed him from this crew. He will not officiate another game for the rest of this year.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's that bad. Patrick Holt said if they had thrown that flag, they would have had to call the holding. No, they wouldn't have. No, they wouldn't have, because that's a judgment call. You can call holding on every single play. This is not a judgment call. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not a fan of the hold, the pass interference, anything like that being officiated from up top.
Mm-hmm.
This is a no doubt. It is a personal foul to rope somebody down by the face mask. That's not debatable. There is no way you can argue that. That's a call you have to get right. And they got it wrong.
Yeah.
Somebody asked, is Sammy D still MVP? Yes, he is. Sam Darnold was not really a problem last night. You know what was a problem? Brian Flores' defense.
Yeah.
Which apparently can't figure out, maybe we should defend 17.
Well, look, I did not make it to the second half. I
went out drinking with the Chainsaw Brothers, and he went night-night real early.
I did. And as soon as somebody said, hey, we're still going, I went, not me, I'm going home before I puke in the street.
Which was on the table at one time, because he looked at me at one point and went, I got the spins.
But here's the thing. I missed the second half. So what happened? Why couldn't they score in the second half? Was it just that the Rams turned up the defense, or what? Because Sammy D looked really good early on, threw two good touchdown passes. They were rolling, and then nothing in the second half.
Because Sean McVay had an adjustment. Defense coverage has changed, and Minnesota had nothing. They didn't adjust.
Mm-hmm.
The problem last night, though, was the defense. And I've told you this about Minnesota. If you think, and I'm going to use an example. We're wearing Green Bay Packer colors right now, so I'm going to use this example. If you watch the Green Bay Packers, you watch the Minnesota Vikings, and you don't see a very large difference in those two defenses, I cannot help you.
Mm-hmm.
It jumps off the screen to me. Minnesota can confuse you because they do the walk-up thing, and you don't know exactly who's coming. The problem is that once you figure it out, you don't ever unsee it. And it seems pretty simple for Jared Goff and for Matthew Stafford to figure out. Because that's one of the reasons teams don't do that. Somebody asked me that on Twitter a couple weeks ago. Why does every team not do this? Well, because at the end of the day, it does tip off what you're doing. Because you got 7 guys at the line of scrimmage. You know what that means? Those 7 guys are either dropping or blitzing.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean happening on the outside? Either I have a real soft zone or I've got straight man across the board. Okay, you've limited this down to I got a 50-50 shot of getting this right. And if I'm not going over the middle, all 7 of those guys are completely irrelevant. So I'm going one-on-one with, I will say, fine corners, but not great. And that's what happened last night. Okay, you want to leave Puka Nacua out here one-on-one? Okay, I'm going to do this a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to have a great amount of fun doing it. So I'm Brian Flores.
Yeah.
Look, Sam didn't score. I'm not bailing him out. I'm just saying what I saw last night, Sam was not the problem. Justin Jefferson wasn't the problem. The fact you can't run a greasy peg up a cat's keister is one gigantic problem, especially against that team. And the fact that your defense it's a gimmick. This is just like the Wildcat. Yeah, it was fun for about 4 weeks.
Yep.
And then every single coach went, all right, so what you're telling me is you're putting your quarterback way out here, and so you're basically playing me 10 on 11. Yeah, I can figure that out. And they did.
Yeah. 30-20, final score. It was an 8-point game with under 2 minutes to go, and then the terrible call happened in the end zone. Sammy D got ripped down by his face mask on a safety, and they called the safety, and somehow, some way, I mean, they even made Al Michaels cuss. I mean, for Al Michaels, he said hell, and I don't think I've ever heard him. I don't think I've ever heard him do that before.
Oh, I have.
Have you?
Yeah.
Man,
he'll do it for dramatic effect.
I was gonna say you made Grandpa cuss, and that's not good.
We don't talk smack about Al Michaels on this program. He's a
he's
national treasure.
Absolutely,
he's a legend.
I'm not talking smack. I'm saying that's what made my jaw drop. Of man, he doesn't usually do unprofessional things.
What made my jaw drop is, hey, Mr. Official, I would love to get in your head right now of what you think just happened, because Sam Darnold just went straight Exorcist, pea soup, your mother shops at Penny's, rolling his head around.
Right.
Would you think he was just possessed by the devil?
But how many times do we have this same discussion of, look at this blatant call, right? TikTok and Twitter and all of them are, the reels are out there of you watching an official stare straight at the penalty as it's happening. And he goes, well, I just didn't see it.
What are you looking at?
Right. Like, where are you staring? Are you just like staring into his numbers and you're not really looking at where the hands are? Or I don't see how you zone out like that in a big moment.
Yeah, I tell you how, because he's sitting there going, it'd be real good right now? Pasta carbonara. Get them peas, a little bacon. That'd be real good. Wait, what was I doing?
Is that what it is? Is it fatigue? Do we need to have like sub refs? Right, so you get down to the third quarter and we switch them up a little bit. We change the monotony. Are they getting bored? Are they just
I don't know.
Late in games when everything's on the line, the referees are checking out because they're ready to go to TGI Fridays for the dollar margs? Like,
that's Applebee's, and you know it.
Oh, excuse me, Applebee's.
Dollar margs. TGI Fridays has nothing like that.
Yeah, but they do have that like Jack Daniel's bourbon sauce. It's really good.
Overrated.
I love that stuff.
Love Jack Daniels. Love barbecue sauce. Don't need them together. It's kind of like red wine and steak. Love both. Like consuming them together. Don't cook my steak in red wine.
Yeah, those fried green beans on the appetizer menu. Love it. Love it.
Look, we all know whose biscuits buttered where. Applebee's is where guys like Dan Campbell and I go. because they got dollar margs, and that cute girl from the Walmart, that's where she drinks.
Uh-huh.
We know what the business is, okay? You take your highfalutin TGI Fridays somewhere else.
That's right. There's a reason they put that in Biltmore Forest. You're in the Sportsocracy.
Facts don't care about your feelings.
And this is ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM at 1400. Football Friday rolls on after this.
High prices are like a money vacuum sucking your wallet dry.
No!
But don't fret, you could win our inflation vacation. $1,000 to ease your money woes. Woo-hoo! Listen for chances to win every weekday.
Explore a career as a correctional officer. NC Department of Adult Correction is hiring with a $10,000 sign-on bonus. Becoming a correctional officer can be a rewarding first step along a criminal justice career. Visit dac.nc.gov/cojobs.
Haywood Community College offers over 30 programs of study to obtain your associate's degree or specialized certification. We can help you find the perfect program to pursue your educational journey while staying local, offering small class sizes with flexible classroom delivery options and transferable degrees and credits to numerous North Carolina universities. There's no telling where HCC could lead you. Save time and money by staying local. Visit haywood.edu for more information and to begin the registration process. And go Mounties!
You know, I couldn't stop talking about it to my family and friends. My knees are my trouble spot. But for me to tell them now that I'm doing so much better, they were amazed, and I've been amazed.
QC Kinetics Cellular Therapies. Yes, it is amazing how these non-surgical treatments deliver joint pain relief for patients like Dr. Eric Williams, a successful chiropractor.
Each week, I just started noticing that I could sleep and not have pain. I could play pickleball. I could do a CrossFit exercise routine.
QC Kinetics revitalizes your joints so you can move again without the pain pills or invasive surgery.
You know, I'm 60 years old and I want to stay competitive as long as I can. And QC has allowed me to do that. They did me right and really made a difference in my life.
Book your free consultation with QC Kinetics today and experience the difference for yourself.
I like to go, move, move, move.
QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics, 828-333-9517. That's 828-333-9517. 828-333-9517.
Rita, hot head, let's bring the nail gun over here.
Jose stands tall atop his sustainable flooring company.
Totally. It's renewable and moisture resistant, but we have several green options too. Or we got some beautiful reclaimed oak.
But floored by his success, he needs to hire more installers.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. This is JW with Parks Fort Hendersonville, and I'm so excited to introduce our first Parks Promise community hero, the American Red Cross of Western North Carolina. The need for blood is so important, and in the summer months, the need is even greater. Did you know that you can donate every 56 days? Save lives this summer. Head to redcross.org to schedule an appointment or find a blood drive near you. Congratulations to the American Red Cross, our Parks Promise community hero.
Showtime Sports and Mountain Graphics have teamed up under new ownership by an Asheville native to better serve our community with the finest custom apparel and unique branded items at the best price. Showtime Sports and Mountain Graphics can customize whatever you, your team, business, or local group may need through high-quality screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving right here in Asheville. Free personal delivery within Buncombe County and a reduced delivery fee anywhere in Western North Carolina. Visit ShowtimeSportsAVL.com and MountainGraphicsAVL.com. Your one-stop custom apparel shops.
The Sportsocracy.
That is some good, clean family fun there, eh, Cot?
It is the Sportsocracy live in the Ingalls studio on ESPN Asheville. Football Friday here.
Football Friday.
There you go.
See, that's a Friday football Friday. You get a little bit of a limp in on Thursday from me.
We just get it's called a tease. You give them 45% power.
Just for a second, just to see how it feels. That's
what? You're in the Sportsocracy.
Somebody got it. It wasn't Tank, but
it wasn't
somebody
me.
Got it.
Nope. It weren't me. Last night, 30-20, L.A. Rams. What do you think here? I mean, Puka Nakua's back. Cooper Kupp's back. The offense, is it always going to be good enough to win them games? because, I mean, I believe Minnesota is a pretty high-scoring team. If you can limit them to 20 points, I feel like you got a chance here to roll off a whole bunch of wins.
Well, the problem is, who are you going to beat? All right, you look at the schedule. They go to Seattle next week.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that's your season. Because then you go Miami Dolphins at the Patriots, which that's not a daunting game, except for it's cold, and Matthew Stafford outside has not always been awesome. Then you go Eagles Saints. The end of their schedule is Bills at the 49ers, at the Jets, Cardinals, Seahawks. You have to win every winnable game. You got to beat the Seahawks twice. You got to beat the Cardinals. You got to beat the Saints. You got to beat the Patriots. That gets you to 8 wins.
Yep.
That ain't enough. You're gonna have to beat a team that you're not supposed to beat. And I think that's going to be tough for them to do.
It could be, but with that kind of offense, I don't really put it past them.
With that defense, I do.
They can sneak up and get a good team. And maybe Minnesota was just a little overrated. They lose last week in a heartbreaker.
The defense is certainly overrated.
Then they had, but it's a rough spot to be in, right? You had that emotional game with Detroit last week, and then you got the short week to go against I think you just kind of caught a lightning rod here, right? LA gets the bump because they're coming off their first win of the season. Now they're healthy, or at least their targets are healthy. And you were probably just drained from a short week, and the officials didn't help you.
Did last night really change your opinion on anything about the Rams? It really didn't for me.
It did, because I always thought that they, when they get the pieces back, they're going to make a run. They're going to win some games. That's a great way it's a great way to start. I feel way better about your possibility to win this division.
That's a tall ask.
It is. But I mean, if San Francisco keeps going the way they're going, and I've always had problems with Seattle and Geno, and I can fully see where this is going to be a 3-horse race at the end. They get a couple of weeks from the end of the season, and you could have everybody within a game of each other.
Here's where my problem falls in. You have to win this division, because I don't think you're getting a wild card team out of this division.
Probably not.
You got too many competitive teams.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the NFC East could get 2 with Philadelphia and Washington. You got 4 teams that I think are better than you in the NFC North. But they just beat Minnesota. Yeah. That doesn't mean you're better.
Mm-hmm.
And if you play this game 10 times, how many times do you think Minnesota's winning it? Because I would argue it's 7 or maybe even 8.
I mean, if San Francisco comes out this week and does what I think they're going to do to Dallas, then it becomes very interesting down the stretch here.
Oh, I can't wait to talk about that game, because
yeah?
I don't believe we agree on that one.
Okay, we may not. We shall see. But final thoughts on last night's game. Nothing really changed all that much.
You will always have a shot when you have a quarterback that's as good as Matthew Stafford. Matthew Hoffman had a comment about one of the plays that Stafford made where he eluded and got away, and that's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
It's not what I saw out of him for the first 6 weeks of the season. So you have a talented quarterback. I think you have the second best coach in the NFL. That'll always keep you in games. I just don't know that you have the horses in the more competitive of the two conferences.
Yep.
I still think the AFC is better than the NFC. You have more playoff-worthy-ish teams.
Mm-hmm.
You get to 10 in the NFC, and you still got a competitive team. You get to 10 in the AFC, shoo, buddy. 10 in the AFC is like the Miami Dolphins, who for 6 weeks have looked like they don't actually follow a playbook. They just go out there and go, whatever makes it. They live by the strawberry moonbeam liberal point of view. Just, we're not going to tell you what route to run. You just run whatever makes you feel good. And Tyler Huntley will try to figure it out, and it's not going to work.
Yeah. It is the Sportsocracy, and we are live at the Ingalls studio. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have a guest in the studio with us, Coach Kent Briggs is here.
We do have a super chat before we go into the break.
Let's do it.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
It's from Soaring Eagle. His solution is this. Roger Goodell needs to go right now. Hey, Elon, Twitter 2.0. Let's do this. Hey, Elon Musk's a smart dude.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Roger Goodell's a problem, and I never really have. I know a lot of people don't like him.
Everybody hates the boss.
That's where I've always fallen on Roger Goodell.
Mm-hmm. You have to hate him because, I mean, I don't think we all liked Tagliabue.
Tagliabue was he was like everybody's grandpa. You didn't want to get mad at him. He had a big old head, and you really only ever saw him at the draft.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, people didn't like Pete Rozelle for the longest time.
No, I mean, I'm trying to think of a commissioner that we all universally liked other than David Stern.
Oh, we didn't universally like him either.
Did we not?
No, there was a time he was super unliked.
Okay. I guess maybe I'm revisionist history on that.
When they had the dress code for players, and it went that went down a bunny hole.
I always liked David Stern.
I did too.
And I thought, I don't think I've ever really liked any commissioner other than him. Roger does a hell of a job. And
Roger's grown this league to such a point that he gets a whole lot of hiccups.
Lifetime contract.
Yeah, he gets to be commissioner until he doesn't want to be anymore.
Exactly.
You can boo me every year at the draft. I really don't care. Let's look at that budget. You remember when that number of the budget was way smaller? Yeah, it was before me. Yeah. It's done nothing but grow every year since. But Raj, let's get a little oversight. Sky Judge, been asking for it for 2 years. It's not that hard.
Our good friend and resident football coach, Kent Briggs, the regular guy, is going to be in with us after the break here. The regular guy podcast. It's not. We didn't forget about it. We've had things going in the last few weeks, so we kind of put a pin in that. My goal is to have a new episode of the regular guy podcast with Kent Briggs coming out next
week after next.
Yes, week after next.
We're going to re-release the last episode debuted the night the flood started.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to put that back out next Wednesday and then get back on the same schedule.
Yes. So if you're still interested in that, obviously you can find it on all of our social medias, linked up to the website and everything. The Regular Guy podcast. Talking with Kent Briggs about football after this.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Temperatures a good bit above average here this afternoon and again tomorrow, and then cooler air in for the end of the weekend. Lots of sunshine this afternoon. Temperatures climbing up towards the upper part of the 70s. That's close to 10 degrees above average. Clear, cool upper 40s tonight. Sunny again tomorrow. High Saturday afternoon, middle to upper 70s. A stray shower possible Saturday night as the front moves through behind it. Mix of clouds and sun cooler around 60 Sunday. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone at the Weather Channel.
This report is sponsored by First Restoration Services.
Disasters at home from floods, fires, or storm is a homeowner's worst nightmare. It pays to have a professional on your side, and that's exactly what you get with First Restoration Services. They've built their business off trust, integrity, speed, and quality. Learn more online at FRS247.com.
What's the best place to reach new customers for your business? Wherever they are. And that's exactly where you can be with iHeartMedia. We talk to our listeners everywhere, from the car to the gym to the kitchen. Your next customer is listening. And not only can we get your message to your audience, we can also show you how it's working in real time. That goes for broad brand messaging and targeted hyperlocal influencer campaigns alike. Start growing your business today. Dial pound 250 and say great results. That's pound 250, say great results.
Hurry in now to Appletree Acura for deals on the full lineup of 2024 Acuras, including the RDX, MDX, and Integra. Appletree Acura is committed to offering you professional service and a great experience. Shop online at AppletreeSuperstore.com and in person, I-26 at Airport Road, Asheville.
WWNC covers it all from now till November 5th.
All the key races.
All the big issues.
All the late-breaking developments.
All right here.
On News Radio 570 WWNC, Western North Carolina's election station.
With 2 convenient locations, Singleton's Automotive will keep your vehicle on the road. Singleton's offers routine maintenance, BG services, tires, inspections, alignments, and more in their family-owned shops. Singleton's Automotive is hiring technicians for both locations. Receive competitive pay and benefits depending on experience. Visit singletonsautomotive.com. That's singletonsautomotive.com. Car care with character.
This week in the Buncombe County Game of the Week, we get set for a neighborhood rivalry. It's T.C. Robertson at A.C. Reynolds. The Rockets look to stay undefeated in conference play, and T.C. Robertson looks to bounce back off of a tough loss to Irwin. The Bojangles Countdown to Kickoff show is at 6:30 with a kick at 7. On ESPN 1400 and TuscolaRadio.com, the Mountaineers host Smoky Mountain. Chris Kelly and the gang will have the Mountaineer Countdown to Kickoff show starting at 7. The best high school football coverage is on New Radio 570, WWNC, and ESPN Asheville.
If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate in the mountains, you need to call the agents at Clarissa Sells WNC, brokered by eXp Realty. Check us out online at clarissasellswnc.com. And did I mention that Clarissa Sells WNC loves teachers? We love teachers so much, we're giving back 25% of our commission at closing. For more information, contact us today at 828-774-6343 or clarissasellswnc@gmail.com.
Dan Scott here, inviting you to check out my new show every Sunday, 8 to 9 a.m. here on ESPN Asheville, where we bring sports and faith together. The Dan Scott Show, 8 a.m. Sundays on ESPN Asheville.
The Sportsocracy.
Why are you smiling? Because I love football.
We're back in the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville. It is a
Football Friday.
Yes, it is, and we have our resident head coach in the studio with us, Kent Briggs, star of the Regular Guy podcast.
Hey, guys, it's great to see you guys again, and it's good to be back and kind of like a little bit normal.
Yeah.
It's been a while, that's for sure.
It has been a while, and we are so glad that y'all came through the storm all right.
Well, we're very blessed. You know, so many people, gosh, they've had so many bad things happen to them. But I tell you one thing, what you guys did here at the radio station, all you guys, was really unbelievable. And, you know, I've talked to a lot of people that were just talking about it, and I didn't even bring it up, but they would bring it up to me. And it was so cool for me to say, hey, man, I know those guys. I felt very proud just to get to know you guys through this whole process. And, you know, again, my aunt really, you know, she lives over in Hall Creek, and her only source of information was you guys. And she continued that all the way through. I kept saying, well, I know those guys. And she would name the ones that she said something, you know, y'all said something funny or whatever.
Right.
And I'd say, yeah, I know him. I know her. You know, it's so cool. And I just appreciate that you let me be a part of just right here, just, you know, being on your show. Thank you.
Yeah, it's we appreciate that. It was a crazy few weeks, and I'm glad that it was. I'm glad it was me. I'm glad I got to do it. You know, I'm glad I got to be the voice that everybody was listening to. I got, you know, me and Mark being there and helping people walk through, you know, we were talking about this at the bar with Coley and the boys last night of, you know, all of our lives lead us to certain places. You know, I'm kind of having a Kent Briggs moment myself here of everybody's telling me I'm a hero, and I'm like, I'm just a regular guy, you know, and I'm so glad that I was fortunate enough to be in the position to be here for this.
I mean, you've got to think about how many things had to go, whether you want to call it right or wrong, for you to have been in this building.
Right.
And how it led into all of the other things.
Yeah.
Oh, we went down the rabbit hole last night of how I got here. And the Chainsaw Brothers looking at me going, and there was a lot of things that had to fall the right way for you to wind up in this job.
Right. And we all, and for some reason, we all found ourselves in a position to serve those roles, right? I mean, me and Mark were here, and we brought everybody in to help with the recovery and talk people through it, and help set up food drives and supply drops and all that kind of stuff, and, you know, help reunite families and things. And and all of us had so many different paths to being here. I mean, heck, even Coley and Gary. I mean, those guys they've done so many other jobs in their lives and never thought that running a chainsaw was going to be their moment.
Right.
And they just fell into it. It's
I got to shout out to them, because of my connection with you guys. You hooked me up with them. And actually, I didn't know when I got the number, I didn't know there was a Chainsaw Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
And we were just talking. I said, where are you from? Blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden I went, are you the Chainsaw Brothers? And he went, yes. I went, holy crap. I said, man, I feel so honored that you're even considering to help me do my tree because, you've helped so many people. And I said, you guys are famous. And, of course, he was very humble. Mm-hmm. But, man, they did an awesome job for me and so many other people. I know people have been really, giving them high praises, and they deserve it. And I highly recommend them. So I know when they get back to a normal situation and they've started a really great business or continue to make it bigger, I highly recommend them. I mean, there's no doubt that everybody that I know or have anything to do with it needs trees. I'm going to definitely highly recommend them because, number one, they're just great people. And like all of us, we're Western North Carolina people. And he actually cut my tree down when I wasn't even there because, hey, I trusted them. And there's something about Western North Carolina people, when you grow up all the same way, then, we become, everybody trusts everybody. Everybody does things for everybody. And I just feel like this whole Helena deal has really kind of brought that out for all the mountain people here. And I'm so proud to be from here, just like you guys are.
Oh, no doubt about it. I could not be prouder of my community.
Oh, for sure. I've talked to the Chainsaw Brothers literally every day.
Mm-hmm.
And they were telling me about cutting that tree down at Coach's house, and he said, I really wanted to do it when he wasn't there because I felt like I was making him very nervous, and I didn't want to do that.
Right.
Well,
I forgot, and I got honey, if you're listening, the boys have requested that we have lasagna again next week, so we're going to have the Chainsaw Brothers back over to the house for lasagna because they absolutely love that. That's all they could talk about last night at the bar.
And I would really like to get a slice of that, because I didn't even know your wife made lasagna.
I think we should do a grand old party. We'll do a lasagna party.
Well, I like lasagna too. I'm just telling you.
Just throwing it out there.
Maybe we'll just bring it up to the station. We'll just have a lasagna party up here. Everybody bring their own lasagna. Hey, lasagna cook-off.
But yeah,
Chainsaw Brothers style.
Thing about me being nervous, I wasn't nervous about the tree or the house. I just like, dang, you're going to get all the way up in that tree and you're going to do what you're getting ready to do. I was like, please be safe.
Oh, yeah.
For them, because, we're like, don't let the Chainsaw Brothers get hurt in my place.
That was what he said. I think he was worried I was going to hurt myself. He didn't at any point seem nervous that I didn't know what I was doing. It was more a fear of I was going to get hurt. So I was like, I'm going to come back because I don't want you to worry about me. We're good.
Now, they were too famous for them, like you said, to get hurt in my house. I'm like, no, I'm the one that caused the Chainsaw Brothers to get injured. So I don't want that to be on my plate.
Right, and he said to me yesterday that was the most. So they ran out of daylight when they were at my house, and we had to leave the tree kind of suspended over my deck overnight.
Gosh. Yeah.
And he was like, this is it. This is how it all comes crashing down. We've built all this goodwill, and now we're at the radio guy's house, and we're going to kill his porch. and then the whole business model crumbles before it even starts. They're fantastic. You're going to hear much more from the Chainsaw Brothers here in the Sportsocracy and on all of our iHeart stations.
They now have a Chainsaw Brothers wagon, too. It's a big old bucket truck. It's gigantic.
Yes. So, yeah. We thank everybody for their contributions in all of this, and we will do everything we can to put this thing back together and give you a little bit of reprieve here every 3 hours, 3 hours every day in the Sportsocracy as we can focus on the dumber things in life because we all need that stress reliever.
But football, especially during the fall. I mean, even though a lot of things have been happening bad, it does kind of bring people back together where they feel like they can have a relief from, the things that have been happening to everybody. And Again, it's such a great sport, and you guys, the way y'all promote it, just makes it even better.
Have you been trying to, or how have you been coping with this and trying to keep up with football? Because I found this extremely hard.
Well, obviously the weekend, I guess it was Thursday night, Friday morning. That whole weekend was, I had no idea what was going on. I remember I had some friends that were coaching in different places, and I had no idea because I usually keep up with them, give them a phone call before and afterwards, and we didn't have no cell service, but had no idea if they won or lost. So you kind of get out of the rhythm because everybody's in that survival mode, so you don't even think about football. And it's really, as it kind of progressed back, it was really kind of cool, like, oh, hey, the rest of the world is still doing football.
Yeah.
And I'm going like, right here they're not, but everywhere else is, and it's kind of like, that's the way life is too. I mean, life goes on, and I guess that's kind of a good, example of that, because the life was going on all around us, but not in, where we're at that point.
Mm-hmm. Who are you keeping up with right now? Like, is there a team right now that's doing it the Kent Briggs way? Like, is there a team that you watch football and you go, man, I could win every championship with this team?
Well, obviously, the Kansas City Chiefs, I mean, they always go, okay, this time of year they're playing close games, and they're going like, okay, well, they're going to win the Super Bowl again. They don't look like that, and all of a sudden at the end of the year, I mean, all of a sudden they just turn it on. I always have so much respect for Coach Reed and Patrick Mahomes. I mean, dang, I mean, they just and watching him interview, both of them interview, but definitely him. I mean, he's such a team player. As good as he is, and sometimes you get players that think they're the show. Well, really, he is kind of the show, but he's always a team-oriented person, and I really respect it, and I think that's one reason they continue to win. Obviously, it's easy to jump on their bandwagon, right? So, so I'm going to pick the teams that, if I was going to pick them, but, you always pull for the Panthers, and being from Carolina, and, you keep wanting them to make a turn.
It's a little difficult right now, yeah.
Yeah, but hey, we have hope, right? Hope there's world peace, right? And, hope there's, maybe the Panthers can go back to the Super Bowl, right?
Hopefully so.
So
I think it's going to be a little while before we can start talking Super Bowls.
No, let's go win a game, right?
I was going to say, I would like to, let's talk about making a Pro Bowl, Bryce, before we talk about hitting Super Bowls. We all know you only have to play like 4 good games in a year to make a Pro Bowl these days.
Tyler Huntley made one. And I don't know if you've seen him in Miami, but he's bad at this.
Is he?
Oh,
well, Bryce, though, does have an opportunity this week, and it's really going to be interesting because sometimes, I know as a quarterback, when you've kind of been benched or you've had the opportunity to get back and reflect and look at what you've done and what you didn't do right, and you see another quarterback actually perform, and sometimes you really grow in that time. And so it'd be interesting that did he really grow from his experience of being on the sidelines. And it'd be really interesting to see how he kind of approaches this game and how he performs.
I cannot imagine being in Kalen DeBoer's situation of having to follow that guy at Alabama, right? He's got the biggest task in the world of, I have left you. Now, obviously, there were, players that transferred and out of the program after Nick left and stuff, but I have left you this wonderful gym, and all you got to do is not screw it up. I can't imagine being in that position.
Let's think about how long it took for somebody to not replace, but go after Bear Bryant.
Yeah.
I mean, really, not until Nick Saban did it really get done. And then Bobby Bowden. I mean, I know Fisher did some good things there, but still, he was struggling on some things. And, you have legends that, it takes a long time for it to kind of work out. And being that next person is very challenging, and very few people actually, make it where, hey, don't forget about Coach Saban, I'm here now. But I don't think that's going to happen. Coach Saban's such a incredible coach. I have a ton of respect for him too. And
I mean, am I the only one that feels like they've turned on him?
On DeBoer?
Yeah, like he's lost 2 games, and automatically he is the worst coach in the world.
Look, I'm just, our buddy Chris Womack is one of the only rational Alabama fans that I've ever met. Because they, honest to God, think they're going 16-0 every single year. Like we expect to win a national title every year. Now, that is insanity, and most of us know that. I just hope, for Alabama's sake, that you're replacing a legend goes a little better than Florida State's has. Because we're on number 3, and I still miss Bobby Bowden.
Yeah. Well, but Jimbo won one, so that.
He was also he was related to the COVID doctor. He was Dr. Dauchi, and I could not stand Jimbo Fisher from day one.
Like I said, following somebody like those two is really impossible. I mean, to actually live up to what people expect to happen. Everybody's got to look back and think, well, okay, we had Nick Saban, we had Bobby Bowden, but there's a new era, and you got to just grow with that. And if they give any of those coaches time, they have a chance to be big and do great. But a lot of times you don't get that chance because the room for error is so small. That you got to dang, if you lose 2 games at Alabama, you really screwed up. In Alabama's eyes, Georgia don't agree with that, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Coach Kent Briggs joining us in the Sportsocracy once again. We always love you taking out the time to hang out with us and talk some football here. It's always cool to hang out with.
Right,
with
it's cool for me. I mean, really, you guys are the legends. And, so just appreciate the opportunity.
What you said about knowing us, we do the same thing with you.
No doubt.
And it wasn't just for the last 2.5 weeks. It's been literally since the first time you walked through that door.
No doubt.
And we know that guy. That guy's way smarter than us.
No, it's not true at all, of course. But the bottom line is, it is cool when people that have made an impact or have done something that a lot of people are proud of. And I'm telling you, I'm not just blowing smoke. I mean, I'm going like a lot of you, DJs are here, and I'm going dang, you'd be on the radio and somebody saying, well, so-and-so, I went to a bar, and the bartender was just bragging on you guys. I'm going, I know those guys. That was just so cool to be able to do that. And I appreciate it because you've let me, be a small part of what y'all are doing. So thank you.
We're always glad to have you in with us, and we'll be getting back into the Regular Guy podcast here in the next week or 2.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
It's gonna be awesome. We still got a big journey ahead of us, and it's you'll see it all unfold right here in the Sportsocracy. Coach Kent Briggs joining us on the program. We'll take a break. When we come back, it'll be time for the first set of bangers. Got money to make this weekend in football.
Boy, you must be outside your mind.
Nope, that one.
Haywood Regional Medical Center is thrilled to welcome primary care physician Dr. Tony Lee to our staff this fall. Dr. Lee will practice family medicine at our new Haywood Family Practice Asheville location on Acton Circle, just off the Enka-Candler exit on I-40. Dr. Lee is a local doctor returning home, bringing his expertise in primary care, a passion for prevention, and a commitment to lasting relationships with patients. Call 800-424-DOCS for an appointment. That's 800-424-DOCS, or visit haywoodmedicalgroup.com.
I'm at the movies, asking people if they'll switch seats with me for $574.
Here, take mine.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
Too much work.
Not if you call them. They handle the switching.
Now, that's a plot twist.
Shh. Check Allstate first, and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
You're busy. We get it. Life moves fast, and there's hardly a moment to breathe. But for the next 10 seconds, this is your time. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Inhale, exhale. Feeling a little lighter? Taking action is one of the most powerful forms of self-care. In 2024, voting is self-care. Visit rockthevote.org and take action in just 3 easy steps. Check your registration, check in with yourself, and check your voting plan. Visit rockthevote.org.
The Sportsocracy.
Told you.
He did make me think.
Don't do it.
Live from the Ingalls studio.
Don't do it unless you want to hear about how I feel.
Weekdays, noon to 3.
Best just put that on conversation probation and leave it alone.
On ESPN Asheville.
This football season, whether you're on the field chasing victory or cheering from the stands, Western Carolina orthopedic specialists are here to keep you in the game. From sports injuries to routine care, our team of experts delivers top-notch orthopedic and sports medicine care so you can stay strong all season long. Play hard. We've got your back. Western Carolina orthopedic specialists. Visit us online or call 828-452-4131. That's 828-452-4131.
It's time to kick off the perfect tailgate and take your team to Ingalls. Chips and guac made fresh in store every day. The best meat in town packaged fresh every day. And smiling faces giving you their best every day. Let's be real. In the South, football season is our favorite season of the year. There's a lot to smile about, especially with deals like these. Ingalls. Low prices, love the savings.
If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate in the mountains, you need to call the agents at Clarissa Sells WNC, brokered by eXp Realty. Check us out online at clarissasellswnc.com. Download our free app on Google Play or the App Store. Type in Asheville Home Search. You'll be able to connect with our team and see all the available homes for sale in our area. For more information, contact us today at 828-774-6343 or clarissasellswnc@gmail.com.
Do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Our mission, to improve lives with every interaction. This is JW, General Manager at Parks Ford Hendersonville. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com. That's parksfordhendersonville.com.
Coffee store closes on me. Get them the money.
Then when you get the money, you get the power.
That watch costs more than your car.
Then when you get the power, then you get the woman.
Last week, we pulled not the greatest. 7-1. Had some ugly losses. Had some miraculous victories. Didn't lose that much. Try to get back to winning ways this week. We start Louisville. 7.5-point favorite against Boston College. Am I the only one that's watched Boston College and realized, Bill O'Brien was doing a really good job, but we overvalued them beating Florida State. They haven't really beaten anybody any good. Why are they only catching 7.5 here? This feels like a layup. Give me the Cardinals and Tyler Shook to cover the 7.5. Boise State's a 3.5-point favorite at UNLV. As long as Ashton Jonty's alive, this is going to be a Boise State cover. I just need you to stay upright, and I'll feel good. Broncos minus 3.5. A little part of me is going to die when I say this out loud. Miami's a 21-point favorite against Florida State. And that's not enough points because Florida State's the only team in America that has yet to score more than 21 points, and I don't see a way on this planet that they keep Cam Ward from scoring 42+. Give me the Hurricanes minus the 21.
Oh.
Indiana's a 6.5-point favorite against Washington. No Curtis Rourke, and I don't care. The backup is just fine. That Indiana team is really, really good. Probably the most undervalued team in America. Give me the Hoosiers minus the 6.5. And finally, you got to have one dog. Rutgers is a 13.5-point dog against USC. Have you watched USC? I get they're wearing the uniform. That ain't USC, and they shouldn't be a 13.5-point favorite against anybody. Give me the fighting Greg Schianos plus the 13.5.
We will break down the upcoming games of the weekend in the NFL when we come back from the break here on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Temperatures a good bit above average here this afternoon and again tomorrow, and then cooler air in for the end of the weekend. Lots of sunshine this afternoon. Temperatures climbing up towards the upper part of the 70s. That's close to 10 degrees above average. Clear, cool upper 40s tonight. Sunny again tomorrow. High Saturday afternoon, middle to upper 70s. A stray shower possible Saturday night as the front moves through behind it. Mix of clouds and sun cooler around 60 Sunday. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone at the Weather Channel.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. you're in good hands with Allstate.
WWNC.com.
With live, local breaking news.
And the latest weather and traffic updates.
It's the website preferred by 9 out of 10 people who want to know what's going on.
News Radio 570, WWNC.
Is joint pain, soreness, and achiness getting in the way of your best life? Football legend Emmitt Smith refuses to back down to pain. That's why he's a huge advocate for QC Kinetics and their natural approach to getting you relief.
Look, we get one trip around, so I wouldn't ever let pain stop me from hanging out with my race team, traveling with my family, or golfing with my friends.
Emmitt's got it right. And QC Kinetics uses regenerative medicine to relieve that never-ending pain in your knees, hips, shoulders, and back. And the best news, there's nothing foreign being introduced into your body. Just your own body's natural healing properties. No surgery or no downtime.
If pain's holding you back, maybe it's tennis, pickleball, running, hiking, or spending time with special people in your life, what are you waiting for? This is precious time. Get out there and get over to QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics, 828-333-9517. That's 828-333-9517. 828-333-9517.
From the Ingalls Studios, this is ESPN Asheville, WPEK, W225CJ Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, and iHeart radio station.
Now, your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. That's check. Enter it now.
It's your chance at an inflation vacation. Go to ESPNAVL.com and good luck.
The Sportsocracy.
That fires me up, man. I love it. Say it one more time.
The Sportsocracy.
Shake it back!
Beer City's best sports talk.
It is gross.
Just earlier.
They are mature, actually. You just have to get to know them better.
Your lunchtime dose of dumbassery. Live from the Ingalls studio.
It is the Sportsocracy, and we are live on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM and 1400. Usually I'm the one doing the dance over here. What's the... Jeremy's feeling the groove over here.
Well, here's the thing. I found a Red Bull this morning because after, hanging out with you and the Chainsaw Brothers, I felt like a stool sample this morning.
As did I.
Have you ever noticed that Red Bull's the only energy drink that tastes like an energy drink? Like, you drink Monster, and you know it's got caffeine and all those things in it, but you're like, God, it tastes good. Red Bull tastes like an angry stepfather.
Yes.
Like, I don't know what it is about Red Bull that it feels like it should be yelling at you for cutting the log the wrong way.
Absolutely.
Or holding the flashlight the wrong angle.
Yeah, it is the loudest.
You drink it, and you just immediately
It's because it tastes so bad. It's like the taste and the shock of the bitter to the tongue is almost more of the endorphin kick than what you get from actually drinking the soda. Like, it wakes you up and reminds you, oh, this is what death tastes like.
It tastes like anger. Like, Red Bull tastes like anger. Yes. It's just, it's a strange. I don't drink Red Bull very often. I'm a Monster guy. Or Nas. Nas tastes like you put your tongue in a light socket, which you should never do.
Don't
drink that, and you're like, oh, hey, let's go build a house.
That's why it explodes when you open it.
Yeah, it does steam. When you open it, it just goes poof, and it has like some powder that comes out of it that I've never really understood. Like, I don't think this is food.
This is not meant for human consumption.
You're supposed to like wipe tar stains out of the driveway with this.
Yeah, I mean you're drinking a gas can.
For sure. Like, when the people that made Nos went, hey, we made an industrial cleaner, and somebody drank it and went, tastes pretty good. Let's can it up and call it a sports drink. Let's go.
All right, before we get into the first game preview here for Week 8 in the NFL, we've got another super chat from our good friend Red Sea.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
You too can super chat and have your comments highlighted on the program here. All you got to do is just go to thesportsocracy.com, click the live video link, subscribe to the channel, join us in the chat. And Red Sea says, Jeremy, Tua has been cleared and will start on Sunday, so you know.
And then Stephen Towle had to be a smartass and ask, is he East Coast cleared or is he West Coast cleared? He's both, you jackal.
Are we sure this time? We thank you for keeping us up to date on all of the things. This chat news update brought to you by heartswithhands.org. Now is the time to make your donation today to help save those affected by Hurricane Helene.
Call him the king of transitions now. That was chunkier than my prom date.
That was a good. I like that one. All right, let's get into first game here. Let's talk about the Miami Dolphins.
I bet somebody just spit Red Bull on their steering wheel.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
You better wipe it off quick. It'll burn through a windshield. I promise.
Tua Tagovailoa cleared for the game on Sunday, 1:00 kickoff in Miami against the Arizona Cardinals. With Tua coming back, I mean, does it matter to you? Do you feel like, okay, well, now Miami has a better shot to win this game?
For sure. I think they've gone too far. This is a field goal game to me because I still don't like that defense. I do think Tua's – I'm leaning towards Tua Tagovailoa being my DraftKings quarterback this week because I just don't think anybody's going to do it. First week back, this is a hammer spot.
I certainly would not.
I think I'm going to. I'm not positive of that yet, but I think I'm going to.
My question would be, is he going to be cheap?
Now, that's a good question. I would say probably no.
With him coming back, I would think that he would still be relatively high priced.
I'll tell you.
And you can always make that work if it's that big of a hammer spot. I just don't know that this is.
I think this is a hammer spot game. I like a lot of elements of this.
Okay.
Because I think you could do worse than Kyler Murray, too.
Oh, in your daily fantasy draft. Okay.
I
can be on that side of it.
Game.
I can be on I'm on the Arizona side of this. And Tua coming back does not change anything else for me. Because this team has been bad.
It went exactly how I thought it would. Miami, the line has moved. I don't even know how much that line has moved, but it's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, it's too much. This was always a field goal game.
It opened at Miami -2.5, and it's been bet to -4.
Well, it was bet down when we thought Tua wasn't going to play. And I'm trying to get to it now, but my computer won't go.
I'm on Arizona plus the 4. As are you?
Yes. I'll take Miami to win, but I think it's a field goal game.
Over under 46.5.
Over! By a whole mess.
By a whole mess?
By a whole mess. I think it's one of the highest scoring games of the week. You asked how much Tua was on DraftKings.
Mm-hmm.
The answer to that is he is 6,100.
It's not bad.
He is $100 more expensive than Caleb Williams.
Jeremy's fine with that. Yep. That's the lip smacking. Yep, we'll do it.
He likes it.
We'll do
Mikey
that.
likes it.
As Jeremy's face always, you can always tell when he's confirmed an idea in his own head.
Yes.
He starts salivating like there's a steak in front of him.
I look like a dog that knows the biscuit's about to be dropped. Just let's go.
Uh-huh.
Do it.
Give it to me.
Do it.
The Miami Dolphins not getting the vote of confidence from Jeremy or I in this game, despite the fact that Tua Tagovailoa is making his return. Hope it goes well for him. I really honestly do. I still wonder. It's only been a month. And that was brutal again.
Well, my curiosity is, what do you do when it happens again?
Oh, yeah. Hopefully it'll never happen again.
That's the hope.
Yep. All right, let's go. Another 1:00 game. The Tennessee Titans and the Detroit Lions. Man, why couldn't this game have been in Nashville? I could have gone to see the Lions this weekend.
Would you have wanted to?
Absolutely.
That is a cool stadium. I
would have loved to have gone to, just so I could say that I saw the Detroit Lions play in their Super Bowl year.
By the way, did you ever think you would have a day where there would be ticket surge pricing for the Detroit Lions? This is one of the most expensive games to get into of the week.
Tickets as low as $140.
That's for bad seats. Now, in that stadium, they're really I love that stadium. There really aren't bad seats, but that's stiff.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I didn't point this out. You remember how I told you last week was like the best week of football? This is its little brother, and it's not nearly as attractive. All the good genes went to last week.
Mm-hmm.
We hope this one has a skill because it's not real pretty.
It could give us all a surprise. You never know. This game certainly will not.
No.
Detroit is an 11-point favorite, and that's not enough. I'll take them to cover it easily.
I'm not taking it easily. I don't lay 11 points in the NFL easily, but I'm still doing it.
I was going to say, it's hard to believe that a team like Tennessee is going to go up against Detroit and prove what?
Especially now that you're missing pieces of the defense.
Mm-hmm. No more DeAndre Hopkins. Will Levis is still bad. There's no redeeming quality here for me about this game.
Not really.
Detroit minus the 11, over the 44.5.
I'll go under.
You're going under the 44.5. Okay.
This has 30-6 vibes to me.
I could see that.
Or even worse, it's 17-6, which is what I have that's the reason I said I didn't do this easily, because I also kind of see that as a possibility.
All right, we got one team that might be, they might be on a heater. 2 out of the last 3 weeks, they've won games. Now, there's only 2 games that they have won this year. The Jacksonville Jaguars take on the Green Bay Packers this week. How's that going to go?
How is this only a 4-point spread?
I don't know.
You can tell me they played that physically. The Green Bay Packers had to they had to go full tug of war, and everybody had to be connected to the same rope. And I would still take Green Bay to cover the 4.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell me that the Green Bay Packers defense all had to hold hands, and it was an automatic first down if somebody lost touch of their teammate. I would still take the Green Bay Packers to cover this.
Yes. I mean, they will do whatever they want offensively to Jacksonville's defense.
This line stinks.
Josh Jacobs, he'll probably have another 180 yards this week. I don't believe anything about. I don't believe anything good. How about that about Jacksonville's defense?
What percentage of the money do you think's on Green Bay right now?
99.7%.
Sharp money's on Jacksonville -4.
Is it really?
37% of the money on 13% of the tickets. What could possibly happen that would make you think that that's the right side? Now, we're going to talk about this, and Jacksonville's going to lose by 3, and we're going to look like morons.
No doubt.
You could tell me Jordan Love was abducted by space aliens on Tuesday, and they're not going to return him from probing until 4:45 on Sunday. I would still take Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell me this team was being coached by Robert Saleh, and I would still take Green Bay.
Yeah. I mean, how do they score against that defense?
I have absolutely
How does
no idea.
Jacksonville generate points in this game? Is this Trevor Lawrence just limps them to a close game here, throwing a couple of touchdowns? And
the funniest part to me is the only way I see Jacksonville covering this number is if it turns into a big old gross fest, and somehow Jordan Love has one of those games where he can't stop throwing interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, the vast majority of the money's on the over. I don't physically understand how you could get to a place where you go over 49.5 and take Jacksonville to cover this number. I can't figure that out. It's like people voting for Donald Trump and Roy Cooper. I never understood how that was a thing. It just didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
I'm in the same boat there.
I mean, you think Tank Bigsby has another big day?
No, I don't. I'm going under. I'm taking Green Bay, and I didn't think about it for even a minute.
Yep.
I got very confused when I saw the money outlay, and then I went, you know what? There's a certain percentage of people that are not real bright,
mm-hmm.
and I think that's the number.
Over under 49.5.
Under.
I'm with you. You're in the Sportsocracy. This is ESPN Asheville. Football Friday rolls on after this. More 1 o'clock slate games coming up on ESPN Asheville.
Have you taken advantage of your dental benefits for 2023? Make your appointment now to get in before December 31st at Summit Dental. Most dental insurance covers 2 cleanings and exams a year. Contact Summit Dental now to take full advantage of your plan. Summit Dental also has a full range of professional services, from crowns and fillings, implants, teeth whitening, and more. Plus, they're accepting new patients. Visit AshevilleSummitDental.com and schedule your appointment now to get in before the end of the year.
Dan Scott here, inviting you to check out my new show every Sunday, 8 to 9 a.m. here on ESPN Asheville, where we bring sports and faith together. The Dan Scott Show, 8 a.m. Sundays on ESPN Asheville.
Madam Giselle senses something in your future.
Is my boyfriend going to propose?
It's a big storm.
Wait, we're going to get in a fight?
No, a literal storm. Wind, heavy wind. I see a tree falling on your RV.
Oh, that's fine. I'm covered by Progressive. So, is my boyfriend there? Maybe on one knee?
The entire roof is crushed.
So, no ring.
Be prepared for the unexpected with Progressive, a leader in RV insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Product features subject to policy terms and may not be available in all states or for all vehicles and covered selections.
Lowe's knows that to win the job, pros need the best prices. That's why only at Lowe's, MVP's Pro Rewards members can get a volume discount on eligible orders as low as $1,500 at the Pro Desk. That means you get the prices you need to start any job, small or large. Because Lowe's knows pros. Valid in-store only. More terms and restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms or Pro Desk for details.
Do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Our mission, to improve lives with every interaction. This is JW, General Manager at Parks Ford Hendersonville. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com. That's parksfordhendersonville.com.
It's time to kick off the perfect tailgate and take your team to Ingles. Chips and guac made fresh in store every day. The best meat in town packaged fresh every day. And smiling faces giving you their best every day. Let's be real. In the South, football season is our favorite season of the year. There's a lot to smile about, especially with deals like these. Ingles. Low prices, love the savings.
If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate in the mountains, you need to call the agents at Clarissa Sells WNC, brokered by eXp Realty. Check us out online at clarissasellswnc.com. And did I mention that Clarissa Sells WNC loves teachers? We love teachers so much, we're giving back 25% of our commission at closing. For more information, contact us today at 828-774-6343 or clarissasellswnc@gmail.com.
The Sportsocracy.
What are you people? On dope?
It is ESPN Asheville, the Sportsocracy, coming to you from the Ingles studio on a
Football Friday.
1 o'clock slate on Sunday. So far, we've gone through, maybe one game that will be competitive between Miami and Arizona. What are you doing over there?
I forgot.
You forgot what?
I forgot.
No. One job. I saw it, you turd. All right. 1 o'clock slate. The Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Atlanta.
1 o'clock game. Atlanta is a 2.5-point favorite.
Atlanta.
Yeah. I mean, the Bucs don't have any receivers.
Yeah, Jalen McMillan, Trey Palmer is your 1-2 doesn't really send me.
No, and we signed some guy who looks like he may be Cooper Kupp's child. I'm not sure. His name's like Tony Canoe or something, and he is the next goofy-looking, unassuming white receiver you've ever seen, like Scotty Miller. Remember that guy? I think this guy might follow in those footsteps. There's no redeeming quality here, right? You killed the season last week.
Yes.
When Todd Bowles and company decided we are going to try to pull the 40-point comeback in the fourth quarter, you risked everything. And
by
you
the way,
lost.
that kid's name's Ryan Miller.
Ryan Miller.
And he does look shockingly like Cooper Kupp.
Is that what his name is?
Ryan Miller. He played at Furman.
Okay. F-U all the way.
Yeah, that's one of your 4 active receivers. You have Jalen McMillan, Trey Palmer, Ryan Miller, and Sterling Shepard.
Over under 45.5.
I will go. I'll go under.
Really? Okay.
We'll go under. I don't think this is going to be a. I don't think it's going to be a track meet. Do you like any element of Tampa Bay in this game? Because I don't.
Nah, I mean,
which is really unfortunate for you because this is a really important game.
I would feel like if it's going to be anybody, it might be Bucky, but he's questionable. There's no redeeming quality here for me. The defense sucks. The only chance you had at winning games was outscoring everybody, and you were doing a damn good job of it for the most part. And now you don't have any weapons to throw to. There's no Mike Evans. There's no Chris Godwin. It's not like Cade Otton's going to step up and score 3 touchdowns this weekend. I don't believe.
I think you're going to see a lot of passes to Rashad White.
Mm-hmm.
And that is that's a game script that I've seen, and it's a game script that does not lead to Tampa Bay victory.
Is it even worth like a dart throw for you for Jalen McMillan?
I think Jalen's going to be somebody, the one, and he gets A.J. Terrell, and I don't like that matchup for him at all.
Yep.
Now, if you told me he played on the other side and he gets the mishmash of garbage that they have on the other side, now we could talk. But I don't think that's how this is going.
You think they are going to be scared of him? That they will shadow him with AJ? Because all I got to do is just line him up on the other side. And I don't think he's going to follow him.
And he may not. But that's really the only guy I'm worried about. Because Trey Palmer's a deep threat. I've got 2 really good safeties. I don't need A.J. Terrell on him.
On the other side of the ball for the Atlanta Falcons, I mean, is it crazy for me to think that this is going to be like a Kaderl Hodge game?
No.
It's always the one you don't expect against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Darnell Mooney.
Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one.
That's the name I have written on my screen.
Yeah.
I believe I'm going to find a path to get him into a lot of DraftKings lineups.
Drake's going to get his, right? Drake London will have a good day. So you obviously want to play him. But if you're looking for the dart throw guy, it always seems to be like the Olamide Zacchaeus that scores 2 touchdowns against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and that's why we lose this game 26-28 or 28-26 in, regulation.
Also 36-30 like you did last time in overtime.
Yeah, pretty much.
Where Darnell Mooney had 16 targets, 9 catches for 105 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. Atlanta Falcons minus the 2.5.
I'll take it.
That's an easy one for me. I'm going over the 45.5. Jeremy's going under.
Yes.
The 45.5. Let's see. Next one up in the 1 o'clock slate. Panthers and the Broncos. You'll hear this one on our sister station, News Radio 570, WWNC. If you're, if you want to make your ears bleed. I mean, well, if you're a Denver fan, you might want to tune into it. I don't think the Panthers have any redeeming qualities, and Bryce Young's playing again. I don't know how this is going to go, but I can tell you it's not going to go well.
You done?
Yeah.
Panthers plus 10.5.
Oh, you think they went outright?
No.
Okay.
No, but I think Denver as a 10.5 point favorite over anybody is insanity. I don't feel like people are. Denver's becoming one of those teams that people are just not realistic about. Oh, well, they beat the sin out of the New Orleans Saints. Yeah, they did.
Mm-hmm.
And now you've got Bryce Young that's going to come back with a game plan that they have been working on for him for 4 weeks.
But does it matter? That's the question I have. Does it even matter? They've been working on it. They've got everything, they've set the table. But where's the steak? Like, the main course ain't here.
For me, this is I think this game finishes something like 17-10. Neither team looks overly impressive. Denver limps out of Mile High with a win, and we'll go another week of, hey, Sean Payton is doing a great job with the Broncos. Yep. And then you play 7 games in a row that I will take you to lose every single one of them.
21-6 is how I think this ends up.
So we're both on the under.
We're both on the under, heavy on the under, but I'm on the Broncos to cover the 10.5 because, okay, no, the Denver Broncos are not good, but I honestly believe the Carolina Panthers are that bad.
Oh, they're terrible. They're absolutely terrible. I'm not telling you they're not. 10.5 is too many.
Yep,
that's too many points. For me, a double-digit spread has to be a really good team against a really bad team. This is a average at best against a really bad. That's 7.5.
Yep. And that is, I messed up the times on that. It's not a 1 o'clock game. That's a
4:25 kick.
That's a 4:25 kick. That'll be a 3:30 pregame start on 570 WWNC on Sunday.
Yeah, you skipped a whole bunch of 1 o'clock games.
I did, but here's the thing. You know what I did? I pulled up the ESPN screen, and those are my 2 favorite teams. So the 4:30 game for the Panthers was right under the Bucs, and I wasn't paying attention. My bad. I had one job, right? One job.
Oh. For those of you listening on radio,
I like you.
For those of you listening on radio, I have a big pallet of sticky notes that Tank brought in here because he's a jackal, and he was using sticky notes throughout our flood coverage. So I have written the phrase "one job" on the pad, and I just keep holding it up
every time I screw something up. It's going to be good to have a 4-day weekend. I'm telling you
for
that.
Sure. You need a 4-day weekend.
I
don't see how you're still coherent at this point.
It's all running on fumes, baby. Philadelphia Eagles, Cincinnati Bengals. Who's this game more important to? Because I don't know that I really have an answer right out. I mean, it's crucial for both of them.
Oh, it's Cincinnati.
You lose here as Cincinnati, there's no chance you're making the run at the playoffs.
I won't say that there's not a chance, but you need this win really bad. I mean, you just got to think of the optics. That's what I said about the Jets last week. Think about the optics of 2-5 compared to 3-4. All right, think of the optics of 3-5 compared to 4-4. And it just feels like a very uphill climb for Cincinnati if you lose this game. Now, here's the fortunate part. I don't think you're going to.
You don't think you're going to what?
Lose.
Oh. Okay.
I think they are going to smack Philadelphia directly in the face.
Really?
Who's supposed to defend Jamar Chase?
It's a good question. But who's supposed to stop Saquon? I don't think Cincinnati has that guy. And they have proven that, you know what, as long as he's working, we're going to work him. And I don't like this for them. I think Cincinnati is very easily gettable here. It's a bad situation. I don't know that they're going to outscore Saquon.
We have to get a lead. You've got to neuter this offense and put it in the hands of Jalen Hurts. I want to start fast. I'm taking a shot early. This is one of the few times that I will say, if I win the toss, I'm probably taking the ball.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to let you I got to run a game plan basically the same way the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did to Philadelphia. I'm going to come out and throw early and often. I'm going to throw for a lot of yardage, and Jamar Chase is going to eat your lunchbox. And T. Higgins he'll take the cookie and the bag of tater chips.
Yeah. We shall see. I think I'm taking Philadelphia plus the 3. I think they probably win it outright, but I'm getting the points. I feel good about it.
Yeah, I don't mind giving the points. Give me Cincinnati.
Over under 47.5.
Over.
No doubt about that. Let's go Ravens Browns next. Talking about superstar running backs. Derrick Henry against the Cleveland Browns. He's probably going to hurt their feelings. You like the Browns?
Browns plus 8.5.
You got that look on your face. All right. Explain away.
Stimmy points. This is not the completely inept quarterback play of Deshaun Watson.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's Jameis Winston.
Mm-hmm.
And if I have seen Jameis and formulated a pretty good opinion of what I've got here, he's going to rally a locker room for a couple weeks. It's not until he has that, oh, my God, did you see the 3 interceptions he threw game that he will lose that. This is like fired coach bump. This is a team that's been looking around at Deshaun Watson going, we have no shot with you playing quarterback. And now we have Jameis.
Mm-hmm.
He's everybody's buddy. Everybody likes him.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to come out and throw for yardage. I don't mind him as a DraftKings play this week. Who am I stacking him with? David Njoku. Baltimore against tight ends. It's a thing.
Really? Okay. I have little faith that this is going to be the game.
Oh, now I said all of that,
yeah.
And I left out a very important part.
What's that?
I'm only taking the Browns to cover the spread. Baltimore's winning this game.
Yes. I understood that. I'm glad you clarified that in case there was anybody concerned about your mental well-being. There's zero shot Cleveland wins this game.
I think this game is tied going into the fourth quarter. Because it's one of those games that makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about the psychology of this team. You will get the best version of the Cleveland Browns you've seen all year. Rivalry game with a new quarterback, and you're at home.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and by the way, if you lose this game, your season's completely in the tank. It's in the tank anyway, but you got to look at, to these guys, it's not. We can still rail off 10 straight wins, make the playoffs, and get right back to where we're supposed to be.
Yeah.
And Jameis is going to lead us there.
I don't think that matters. And I think the Baltimore Ravens are going to steamroll them. Because they're so, I mean, to me, all the things that you were saying make perfect sense. Like, this is the game where you're not expecting it. It's a 1-6 team going against a division foe. The hatred's going to be there. The extra oomph is going to be in there. I just don't know that Jameis is ready to eat dubs just yet. Because you're playing the Baltimore Ravens, who, I mean, they're a juggernaut right now.
They're also coming off a short week.
Especially with Derrick Henry. Yeah, they are on a short
week, and this is an older team.
Yep. All right, we'll see. We'll see. I'm taking Baltimore minus the 8.5. That'll be our first disagreement, I believe, of the week, right?
No.
Which one? What was the other one?
I took another one of them.
You took Panthers.
I did.
You took the Panthers plus the 10.5.
Carolina Panthers plus 10.5.
Yes. I will be on Baltimore. You will be on Cleveland plus the 8.5. Over/under on this game is 44.5.
Over.
I think I want to be on the under here. You're in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM at 1400. More Football Friday coming up.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Temperatures a good bit above average here this afternoon and again tomorrow, and then cooler air in for the end of the weekend. Lots of sunshine this afternoon. Temperatures climbing up towards the upper part of the 70s. That's close to 10 degrees above average. Clear, cool upper 40s tonight. Sunny again tomorrow. High Saturday afternoon, middle to upper 70s. A stray shower possible Saturday night as the front moves through behind it. Mix of clouds and sun cooler around 60 Sunday. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone at the Weather Channel.
This report is sponsored by First Restoration Services.
Disasters at home from floods, fires, or storm is a homeowner's worst nightmare. It pays to have a professional on your side, and that's exactly what you get with First Restoration Services. They've built their business off trust, integrity, speed, and quality. Learn more online at frs247.com.
I'm at the movies, asking people if they'll switch seats with me for $574.
Here, take mine.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
Man, too much work.
Not if you call them. They handle the switching.
Now, that's a plot twist.
Shh. Check Allstate first, and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
You don't have to keep living with that joint pain. Real lasting relief is possible with help from QC Kinetics. People here are getting their lives back, getting their mobility back, thanks to QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in cellular therapies that can revitalize your joints. I'm talking about advanced regenerative medicine using your own body's healing properties highly concentrated and carefully placed in your achy joint. Back pain, shoulder pain, knee pain. These are cutting-edge treatments that require no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. It's a quick, in-office procedure that can get you moving again. These protocols have been developed by medical professionals and under the leadership of Dr. Mitchell Scheinkup, a former orthopedic surgeon and a pioneer in clinical regenerative medicine. Listen, is arthritic joint pain keeping you from doing the things you love? Pain in your knees, hips, back, or shoulder? You owe it to yourself to learn more. Call QC Kinetics today for a free consultation. 828-333-9517. 828-333-9517 in Asheville and Greenville.
If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate in the mountains, you need to call the agents at Clarissa Sells WNC, brokered by eXp Realty. Check us out online at clarissasellswnc.com. Download our free app on Google Play or the App Store. Type in Asheville Home Search. You'll be able to connect with our team and see all the available homes for sale in our area. For more information, contact us today at 828-774-6343 or clarissasellswnc@gmail.com.
Showtime Sports and Mountain Graphics have teamed up under new ownership by an Asheville native to better serve our community with the finest custom apparel and unique branded items at the best price. Showtime Sports and Mountain Graphics can customize whatever you, your team, business, or local group may need through high-quality screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving right here in Asheville. Free personal delivery within Buncombe County and a reduced delivery fee anywhere in Western North Carolina. Visit ShowtimeSportsAVL.com and MountainGraphicsAVL.com, your one-stop custom apparel shops.
At Ingles Weather, we're celebrating Friday night rivals, televising college basketball games, bringing the Fan Fest to semi-pro soccer, or taking you out to the ball game at your minor league park. It's all in the bag. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
On the weird scale, there's Vegas, there's Florida, and there's Asheville. Let's get weird, Asheville.
We're back in the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville. Time to get weird. And I got a story here from New Jersey. Ran across this story this morning. A woman who has become kind of famous just for doing her job is now suing because she says she's not getting the money off of what she's generating for the company or for the city in this case. So it said the story goes like this. Every visitor to the raucous Wildwood, New Jersey boardwalk has heard Floss Stengel's voice because she is the voice that warns everyone, watch the tram car, please. So much so that they recorded her voice saying that, and now every tram car is her voice saying it. That has appeared in movies and all kinds of stuff. Like apparently she, had her voice heard on an episode of Sex and the City one time. They've made like little like plush tram figures that they sell. And they put the recording of her voice saying, watch the tram car, please, in these little stuffed animals. Well, they're making thousands, if not millions of dollars every year.
Sounds like they would make tens and tens of dollars.
You would think so, but, it is a tourist trap, and God knows how all that stuff sells. So now her attorneys...
That to me would sell only slightly worse than the airbrushed big boobies T-shirts that you see in, like, Gatlinburg.
There are how many of those T-shirt stands are there in Gatlinburg?
A lot.
Yeah, which means they probably make money doing that. There's enough of a demand there.
I always look at those and go, "Where exactly do you think you're gonna wear that?"
I thought you were gonna say that those would probably sell as well as $3,000 a box WNBA cards, but that's just where my mind went.
That was the right answer.
So the city of Wildwood has been making revenue off of this woman's voice that has been recorded and put into these stuffed animals and books and things. And she says she needs a piece of the pie. And I can't say that she's wrong. That is intellectual property, right?
I guess. I guess it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because they're running you on the platform, so I would think they own your voice saying.
Maybe so. She says she's not looking to make a whole bunch of money off of this. Like, she's not suing for millions of dollars. She wants a percentage. She's 60 years old. She's been doing this for 40 years, and she's like, if you're making money off of my name, image, and likeness, right? Voice falls into that.
Your Patrick Holt said she was dating one of the conductors back in the day.
Was she?
Recorded it then.
Oh,
That's
there you go.
How she got this job.
There you go.
I would think her little plush would sell only nominally better than campaign bumper stickers that said "to the window, to the walls."
All right. I just thought that was a great example of pay me. You're going to use my voice, pay me.
Speaking of campaigns, there's one running right now in Portland, Oregon. They're getting ready. They're finna pick a new mayor, y'all. Doesn't that sound like a fun job? Mayor of Portland, Oregon. Would you like to hear about some of the candidates?
No, sir.
One of them has 150 unpaid parking and traffic tickets.
Okay.
Another one is a woman named Liv Osthus.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not the name that most in Portland know her by.
Okay.
What is the weirdest occupation you could actively be involved in and run for mayor?
Oh, dear. Is she an OnlyFans person?
Nope. You got to go back a little bit. That's more of a modern way of selling this.
She's a Craigslist-er.
No, but she might have been at one time.
Uh-huh.
She is a stripper in the strip club capital of the world, Portland, Oregon. I mean, that's the big time. And she goes by the stage name Viva Las Vegas.
Dope. Okay.
And I will tell you that the thought of paying for that service, looking at this person, would make me run to Vegas and drink myself into a stupor. On her Instagram, her bio says that she is a stripper, an artist, a writer, a musician, a mom, and a muse. That by itself is enough for me to go, I'm out. Like, if this was Shark Tank, you could walk in with that line and I would just hit the button. Like, nope, out. You are pitching to these three because I want nothing to do with you, Miss Muse.
Liv Osthus. Stage name, Viva Las Vegas. Interesting.
Hey, if she can run for mayor, I can run for mayor. And I'm telling you, I'm getting more serious about it by the day. Mullet mayor.
Portland's best known stripper. That's what this story says. Portland's best known stripper is running on a platform of restoring hope to a beleaguered city.
I don't think that's the. I don't think that's the flex you think it is. Because being Portland's best known stripper is like being Las Vegas's best known garbage man. I mean, have you ever heard somebody say, hey, I'm going to Portland, can't wait to check out the clubs out there?
And the story starts, iconic Portland stripper Liv Osthus, better known as Viva Las Vegas, is running to be the next mayor. Interesting. Portland. I mean, whoever said, hey, let's go to Portland?
I look, I'm not in big favor of states or cities or anything like that seating from the United States. We'll give you Portland. I'm good. They got Nike. I don't really care that much. You can have them.
Yeah. Although I will say this, and I don't mean this to sound ageist in any way, but at 49 years old, you need to find the next step. Right? At some point, every quarterback's got to look at himself and go, I can't possibly play this game any longer.
So
I feel at 49, stripper needs to be off the table.
So what you're saying is she's the Aaron Rodgers of the stripper game. I'm 50 years old.
Mary Catherine would be so proud.
Oh, boy.
Yikes. What makes somebody think that that's a good idea?
I have no idea.
I mean, next you're gonna. Well, never mind. They do it in they do it in other countries. I was gonna say next you're gonna tell me that Asheville's biggest drug dealer is gonna run for mayor.
It would probably be an improvement.
I mean, well.
Oh, did I say that out loud? I'm in it.
You're in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400 on Sunday. We got 2 more games to talk about in the 1 o'clock slate. We'll save your team for last. So let's go.
Shoot.
Let's go Houston against the Indianapolis Colts. Is this one going to be close? Is it going to be within 5 points? Because Houston, just 5-point favorite.
Oh, I just looked at the chat.
Oh.
I should not have done that.
Well, I'll look at it during the break.
When I asked what is the weirdest job that someone could have, Patrick Holt came up with the greatest possible answer.
That is a weird job, and I'm sure that's a job that exists somewhere.
Oh, good Lord! I'm so tired that hit me in a place that perfect.
Beaver exterminator. Okay, all right.
50 years.
Oh, you got to make it weird. Always got to make it weird. Houston is a 5-point favorite against the Indianapolis Colts. Please talk about this game for a second.
Oh, the Houston Texans winning by a lot. A whole man. No, you got to stop laughing.
I'm
okay?
sorry. I apologize.
Till you stop laughing, I'm not going to. I'm the child here.
Yes, I know.
You're supposed to be the adult.
Yes. It's just a whole lot of pelts. That's all I'm saying.
Not helping.
Andy.
Houston -5. Move on.
Over under in this game.
I will go under, but I don't feel great about it.
Under the 45.5.
I think this has Gross Fest written all over it.
I think there's no other way that this goes.
24-17.
I thought about it for a second, I'll be honest with you. I thought maybe 5 is too much.
And it could be. Of all the games we've picked, this is probably the one I have the least confidence in. Because I could see Anthony Richardson. It's such a bad game plan that I could actually see it working for 3 quarters. Because, look, that's just a different team than what you're used to going up against. There's really nobody that plays the quarterback position that way. And sometimes that can lead to you grossing a game up and it just stays competitive for a while.
Yep.
But I'm taking Houston. I'm going the under.
I'll be on the same side of you as both of those. New York Jets and the New England Patriots. Jets -7.
100%.
Didn't even think about it.
Didn't think about it for a second. I will say I don't think it will be as ugly as the first one was. Because Drake May could actually have a pretty decent day against the Jets.
Mm-hmm. Well, you struggle at stopping anything at this moment.
Can I just look? We put the Jets on conversation probation, but since we're talking about the game, can I say something that it's bothered me all week long?
Sure.
So there's been this big story about Devontae Adams stepping up and having this big impassioned speech, and Aaron Rodgers said it was the greatest speech he's heard from a player in his 20 years in the league. Why did that come from a guy that's been here for 4 days? Why did that not come from Sauce Gardner or Garrett Wilson or Quincy Williams or Quinnen Williams or C.J. Mosley or any of those guys? Why did it come from a guy that's not been on this team?
Mm-hmm.
That's unsettling to me.
I never like going down this path, and I always think that it's a little. I don't know.
I'm not a Johnny Rah-Rah guy.
It's a little guessy on my part here. But do you think that there's a real feeling in that locker room, kind of growing against Aaron and all his buddies and his clique?
Oh, I've said that from the jump.
Mm-hmm.
There's no doubt in my mind.
But I mean, it never was a problem until now, and now that now that there's no winning happening.
It was hard for it to be a problem when he was on IR.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, yeah, you didn't see it last year because they were terrible. Nobody cared. You came into this season with expectations. And, yeah, Breece Hall looks like a different guy. Garrett Wilson looks like a different guy. Sauce Gardner looks like a different guy. And I think you've got a young nucleus of the Jets that is a little upset that they hedged all their bets on Aaron Rodgers, and he seems to want to blame anybody but himself. And, yeah, I think it's created a rift and friction in that locker room. Now, in a game like this, This is a game that should be a uniter, not a divider, because this is anybody that puts on a Jet helmet hates the New England Patriots. It is bred in you from the second you walk in that door.
Yep.
And so if you can't get up for this game, none of the rest of it matters. If you even let them stay competitive in this game, I've got big reservations about you.
Mm-hmm.
This should be a game they walk out and win 42-6, but they're not going to.
I have no faith that they will, because I thought you were going to get the bump last week. And you admittedly said you came out and you were flat and you weren't getting it. What makes me think that's going to change this week?
The fact that you're playing a team that's borderline incompetent offensively.
Yeah, but the incompetence sometimes just is too much to overcome for New York.
I do find it ironic that the team that can basically end your season is the team that haunted your nightmares for 20 years.
Yes. And
now, I don't think they're going to. I'm taking the Jets. I'll go under. I don't care if you told me the over-under was 34.5. I'd take the under.
You playing Ramondre Stevenson this week?
No,
think they're going to figure out how to stop him?
I'm not worried about any of your guys beating me over the top. I've already read this book once.
Mm-hmm.
I know exactly what the game plan is, and I got news for you. Gerard Mayo does too. I just don't think there's anything you can do about it.
All right, fair enough. That is the 1 o'clock slate. We will have the daily draft coming up for you after the top of the hour. We will also go down the rest of the games in the next hour as well. We'll take a break, and when we come back,
bangers.
More bangers.
With 2 convenient locations, Singleton's Automotive will keep your vehicle on the road. Singleton's offers routine maintenance, BG services, tires, inspections, alignments, and more in their family-owned shops. Singleton's Automotive is hiring technicians for both locations. Receive competitive pay and benefits depending on experience. Visit singletonsautomotive.com. That's singletonsautomotive.com. Car care with character.
If you snore or you have been diagnosed with sleep apnea, then you're not breathing adequately at night, and we all need a good night's sleep. A custom oral sleep appliance is perfect for people who can't use a CPAP for their obstructive sleep apnea. And if you have that prescription for an oral appliance from your physician, you can take it to Asheville Smiles Cosmetic and Family Dentistry, and they will do the rest. If you've not yet been diagnosed with sleep apnea, and maybe you think you have it, then Dr. Merrill is happy to help you out with a free sleep apnea screening. Find out more online at AshevilleSmiles.com. World-class dental care with a hometown feel.
Curiosity will build us up. The Asheville Museum of Science is open for curious minds of all ages.
Play, explore, and discover dinosaur fossils, interactive space exhibits, and more. Support your community children's museum by visiting or donating today. AshevilleScience.org.
Storm Pro Solution is here to help you in your time of need, providing top roofing and water damage restoration services, tree removals, and storm damage assessments. Call Storm Pro Solution at 828-318-7096.
When it comes to electrical needs in Asheville, trust the experts at Grigg Electric. Veteran-owned and operated, Grigg Electric is Asheville's #1 choice for electrical services. They offer a variety of electrical services for residential, commercial, or industrial installations in Buncombe, Henderson, Madison, McDowell, and Yancey counties. Call Grigg Electric today, 828-232-0021. That's 828-232-0021. Serving Western North Carolina since 1976. Online at griggelectric.com.
Need batteries? Don't overpay at big box stores. Shop locally owned Rainy Battery for the lowest prices on all your battery needs. From watch to heavy equipment batteries, Rainy Battery has you covered. Boats, RVs, cars, trucks, golf carts, and so much more. Get brands you know and trust like AC Delco, Motorcraft for the lowest prices, plus custom battery cables made in-house. Go to rainybattery.com or stop in today for a quote. That's rainybattery.com.
Do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. This is JW with Parks Fort Hendersonville, and I'm so excited to introduce our first Parks Promise community hero, the American Red Cross of Western North Carolina. The need for blood is so important, and in the summer months, the need is even greater. Did you know that you can donate every 56 days? Save lives this summer. Head to redcross.org to schedule an appointment or find a blood drive near you. Congratulations to the American Red Cross, our Parks Promise community hero.
There's a lot of talk about heroes these days.
Hey, buddy, you want to go fishing?
The folks in the funny outfits with superpowers and spandex.
All right, buddy. Let me help you.
But at Ingalls, we know that a lot of our heroes
Now you look like a pro.
are a little closer to home. They're the ones who give us what we need for those everyday adventures. That's why we look up to the ones who look out for us.
Don't forget your fish food. Catch a big one.
Ingalls.
See you later, Dad.
All the ingredients for family.
Coffee's for closers, homie. Get them the money.
Then when you get the money, you get the power.
That watch costs more than your car.
Then when you get the power, then you get the woman.
More bangers. This is not my favorite set that comes in the last segment, but these are 5 that I feel really, really good about. We start North Carolina, 3.5-point underdog against Virginia. It's not enough. This Carolina team's not good, and defensively, they are awful. Virginia, minus the 3.5. Navy's a 13.5-point dog against Notre Dame. Squeeze me? Come again for Judge Fudge? Navy's good, and they're super dynamic offensively. I don't think Notre Dame can handle it. I'll take them outright to win.
Wow.
Easily take them plus 13.5, but that's just a dog. It's not a special dog.
Oh, you didn't know?
Your ass better call somebody.
Not just a dog, but a road dog. Oklahoma's a 20-point dog at Ole Miss, but Oklahoma's terrible. You're right. But Jackson Arnold is the better of the two quarterbacks, and he's back and had a full week of practice. Ole Miss has not been as good as I thought they would be, and this has letdown spot written all over it. Don't get me wrong. Oklahoma's not winning this game. But 20 feels like a lot. Give me the Sooners plus 20. Arkansas is a 7-point favorite at Ole Miss, or at Mississippi State, excuse me. This is not a dog, but this line is stupid. Mississippi State might be the worst Power 5 team not named Florida State, and 7 is dumb. I get that Arkansas got annihilated last week by LSU. That was a good LSU team that we may talk about in the next set of bangers. Arkansas minus the 7, and we promised it to Armchair. We said we'd do it. We're going to do it twice because I'm picking them right here. It's my school, very close to my heart. There it is.
Country roads,
Take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, baby. They're a 3-point dog at Arizona, and Arizona has fallen apart. They have 4 phenomenal players that don't have much else, and they don't seem to fit with Jed Fish. I'm taking my Mountaineers plus the 3. We're going to sing Country Roads all night long because West Virginia's winning this game outright.
Yes, I like it. I like taking the Mountaineers. And tonight, we got Mountaineer football on ESPN 1400. High school football is back for another week. We got Tuscola against Smoky Mountain on ESPN 1400 and TuscolaRadio.com. The Buncombe County High School football game of the week starting Bojangles Countdown to Kickoff show at 6:30 tonight. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock. We got T.C. Robertson against the A.C. Reynolds Rockets. If you're looking for a Mountain Graphics Craigtown Strong t-shirt, they'll have them being sold out at the game tonight. And you can listen right here on ESPN Asheville. The NBA is finally back, guys, and it's time to make some money on the NBA, and there's new ways to get in on the action with the DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. Who's going to drain them from deep? Who's going to be crashing the boards? Your chance to plant your flag on all the player props. Get behind your favorite players and the best props in the business on DraftKings, the home of NBA player props. If it's your first time, new DraftKings customers can bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Every point counts with the DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app today and use the code WPEK. That's code WPEK for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov. 21 plus, North Carolina only. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/bball. Coming up after the break, it'll be time for the Daily Draft.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Temperatures a good bit above average here this afternoon and again tomorrow, and then cooler air in for the end of the weekend. Lots of sunshine this afternoon. Temperatures climbing up towards the upper part of the 70s. That's close to 10 degrees above average. Clear, cool upper 40s tonight. Sunny again tomorrow. High Saturday afternoon, middle to upper 70s. A stray shower possible Saturday night as the front moves through behind it. Mix of clouds and sun cooler around 60 Sunday. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone at the Weather Channel.
This report is sponsored by United Federal Credit Union.
This is Matt Sorrells at United Federal Credit Union here in Asheville. We're here for our community following the devastation of Hurricane Helene. To see how we can help, you can visit unitedfcu.com/North Carolina Relief or call 888-982-1400, insured by NCUA.
What's the best place to reach new customers for your business? Wherever they are. And that's exactly where you can be with iHeartMedia. We talk to our listeners everywhere, from the car to the gym to the kitchen. Your next customer is listening. And not only can we get your message to your audience, we can also show you how it's working in real time. That goes for broad brand messaging and targeted hyperlocal influencer campaigns alike. Start growing your business today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
From the Ingalls Studios, this is ESPN Asheville, WPEK, W225CJ Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, and iHeart Radio Station.
Now, your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Cash. That's cash. Enter it now.
It's your chance at an inflation vacation. Go to ESPNAVL.com and good luck.
The Sportsocracy.
It fires me up, man. I love it. Say it one more time.
The Sportsocracy.
Shake it back!
Beer City's best sports talk.
It is gross.
Just earlier.
They are mature, actually. You just have to get to know them better.
Your lunchtime dose of dumbassery. Live from the Ingalls studio.
ESPN Asheville, the Sportsocracy is live in the Ingalls studio on a
Football Friday.
Yeah, we got 1 hour left of the program here before we take a little respite. Dare I use that word again?
Thanks, word of the day calendar. Strikes again.
We got a 4-day weekend coming up Monday and Tuesday. Jeremy, you will have an overreaction Monday on the YouTube?
I will.
Correct?
Yes, it will probably be from Mullet Manor. I highly doubt I will be making it here to the lovely Ingalls studio.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that'll be on YouTube. It'll probably be at noon.
Okay.
I'm still trying to balance out my schedule for those 2 days. That's basically all the business that we haven't done in the last, I don't know, month, crammed into 2 days.
Yes.
So
it's going to be a little bit of break from the content, the live ESPN Asheville content. But we'll be back on Wednesday and ready and raring to go after the little break here. I'll be in Nashville for 2 days next week and then back at it. So Daily Draft this weekend. We're going to the concert for Carolina tomorrow night, Bank of America Stadium. So there's
I'm leaving tonight.
Right.
Queen City.
Be prepared.
It's going to be a weekend. It started for me last night. Bill Buttigieg asked why I look like a ghost. Well, because that blue light right there is the only thing that didn't make me look like a corpse. So this was better than the alternative.
Right. Where would you go if you were going to a football game this weekend, though? Our Daily Draft always brought to you by Dale's Pale Ale. Jeremy, you got one on your mind that you want to take first off here?
I'll let you go first.
You're gonna let me go 1st?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well,
and this week that's a whale of a concession because there's not a whole lot of good ones.
Yeah. Well, you claimed that this was going to take place in your bangers, and so my first choice is going to be Navy and Notre Dame because
I did not think you were going to do that
because I think that's going to be. I mean, I can't remember Navy ever winning a game that big.
They beat Notre Dame a handful of years ago.
Did they?
I don't remember exactly when that was.
Mm-hmm.
I can look it up.
I mean,
they're better now than they've been in my life.
I was going to say primo wins for this team. Well, wasn't it Navy that the dual threat quarterback played for? I can't remember his name off the top of my head. He went to one of the service academies and was really, really good. You remember who I'm talking about? I wish the name had come to me there. But what my point here is that you don't get very many opportunities to look at one of the service academies and go, man, they've got a chance to really do something special this year. And we're in a position in 2024 where both or two of the service academies, I won't say both because there's more than that, but where two of the service academies could very well or are very well in line to make an appearance in the college football playoff.
There is a possibility that Army-Navy will be for a spot in the playoff. I can't tell you that's going to happen because they both have to beat Notre Dame for that to happen. And I don't think you can both do it.
Mm-hmm.
I do think Navy can do it, though. Both these teams are really, really good.
Yep. 6-1 Notre Dame, 6-0 Navy in East Rutherford, New Jersey at MetLife Stadium.
Well, you screwed up my because that was my. I thought I could take that one and another one. I can't believe I'm about to say this. My first pick's Texas Vanderbilt.
Ooh.
I get to hang out in Nashville, and I get to see one of the best teams in the country, and Vanderbilt's not terrible.
I was going to say, is there any shot
that
Vanderbilt wins?
No. There's a reason they're an 18.5-point dog.
Mm-hmm.
But can they cover? Maybe. I don't look for it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not one of the bangers. But this is a weekend where the action on the field is not awesome. So, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, so to speak.
Okay.
My second selection, I will go Caulfield, College Station, LSU, Texas A&M.
That was a great pick. That definitely was not coming back to you if you didn't take it.
I think one of those teams is good, and it's not Texas A&M.
You think LSU is good?
I do. They keep finding ways to win games that I don't necessarily think they should. And that is an earmark of a really good team.
I saw this story the other day that was talking about Garrett Nussmeier, excuse me. He's starting to catch some eyes of some scouts, apparently. Is there NFL future there for him?
Well, he was always going to get drafted. The question is there any real ability that he could be a franchise quarterback? And to me, the answer to that's no.
Mm-hmm.
Can he hang around as a backup or a third-string quarterback for a lot of years? Yeah, probably.
Can he have a better career than Case Cookus?
Yes.
Yes. That's my random drop of the day.
His career could be very John Skelton-ish.
That's a good one, too. All right, my next selection, Missouri, Alabama.
I wouldn't have taken that if we went 10 rounds.
But why?
Because I don't think either of those teams are any good. They're both ranked.
Yeah. You don't think Missouri's good at all?
Not at all.
Okay.
After watching them against Auburn, no, I don't think they're good at all.
One of my main reasons for wanting to see how this game plays out is because I can't wait to see what Matt Miller or the guy who does the SEC roundup every week. What's his?
It's
Matt something.
What is his name?
He's hilarious. I love the SEC roundups every weekend, and the whole Darth Vader mask thing with Missouri is lovely. And I hope I will root against Alabama against anybody. And Missouri falls right in line with that. I could be a Tiger for this weekend. And every time that they lose or they get, they don't beat somebody as badly as they want to, it gets a little bit louder. And you know how I love a good dumpster fire. And seeing Alabama fans uncomfortable just warms my heart after watching them just live in the lap of luxury with Nick Saban for 50 years, it felt like. All right, after Missouri and Alabama, it's got to be an NFL game.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
I guess there's not. Man, I'm looking at it. I thought there was one.
There are two that might be acceptable answers.
I think it's Bears Commanders is the one I'm more interested in.
I did not want you to take that.
Number 1 versus number 2 pick, and I said it the other day. This is going to be the Cat Williams thing all over again. Right, this is going to be you want to see what an actual number 1 worthy quarterback looks like. Washington got that guy at 2.
Yes,
Caleb. He could have a good future in this league, and I think he's coming along nicely, and we'll see. But I think he is going to get shown up.
I do too.
In this game,
I do too. I will take the only other acceptable NFL answer, which is Eagles-Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that this game is going to be aesthetically very pleasing, but it's very important. Because the loser of this game is headed down a path. I think it's going to be the Eagles. But, man, if it's the Bengals, it gets really hard for me to figure out how they're going to make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Now I have to decide which college game you're not going to take. I don't believe you'll take those other two. So I will go Illinois, Oregon.
I didn't like that.
I don't know that Illinois can keep this game close, but they've played over their skis all year long. And this to be going into the fourth quarter still a competitive game, I do not think is outside of the realm of possibilities.
Okay. Is it crazy that I'm interested in tonight's game? Boise State and UNLV?
Crazy?
No. Is that insane to think that that's one of the best could be one of the best college games of the weekend? And UNLV's got the offensive power to put up points. Not quite like Ashton Gianti's gonna do, but I think that could be a really exciting game tonight.
I think it is worth watching.
Mm-hmm.
And a 10:30 Friday night start, you're the only thing on television. So I'm interested to see that Boise State offense against that UNLV defense. I think that's the story of the game. Mm-hmm. I've already picked that game, and I think Boise State's going to win and cover.
Yep.
But could I be wrong? Absolutely. UNLV's better than people think.
Mm-hmm. Plus, it gives me a chance to go to Las Vegas. A place I've never been.
Barry Odom will not be the head coach of UNLV for much longer. I will tell you that much. Somebody is going to hire him for one of these bigger jobs.
Mm-hmm.
He was a hot candidate years ago. It didn't go particularly well. He wound up recycled at UNLV. Yeah, he's going to get another bite at the apple.
Mm-hmm.
That is one of the hardest programs in America to win at. And he's found a way to do it with virtually nothing in the NIL coffers.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's see. Next one here. I'm going back to the NFL. I'm going.
My two picks are going to be real fast.
I'm going Bills Seahawks in Seattle. You don't think that game's going to be entertaining?
Not really.
Okay.
I think it can be close. I just don't really find either one of their brands of football to be really palatable to the eyes.
Oh, but I mean, don't you want to go see your boyfriend catch passes from your other boyfriend? I mean, Keon Coleman has made a couple of catches in the last few weeks that make me go, okay, well, maybe there is something. Didn't he catch one behind his back last week? I felt like there was one of those where he got – I don't think he scored on the play, but it looked like he caught it behind his back and then did like a little wraparound.
Keon Coleman is an absolute dog.
All right, I'll go Bills, Seahawks. You said you had two college games?
I do. Penn State, Wisconsin, at Camp Randall.
Not bad, yeah.
Wisconsin's better than I thought they were. I don't think they're good enough to beat Penn State, but Camp Randall is an electric place to watch a game, especially when they have any reason to cheer.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll go Washington, Indiana. Indiana's the most underrated team in college football. You're playing with your backup quarterback. I hate that I'm not going to get Curtis Rourke, but if they win this game, and I believe they will, they've got a date with Ohio State in the shoe the Saturday before Thanksgiving that could determine the Big Ten. Because I don't think they're losing another game. Michigan State, Michigan, and Purdue don't scare me in any way. And I'm not sure that they couldn't contend with Ohio State. I hate that game's on the road. But you win here, Indiana's going to be a 10 or 11 win team.
All right. I'll go one more. Let's go down
to Dumas Walker.
Hotty toddy. Gosh almighty. Ole Miss and Oklahoma. And you all know why I want to go there. Is because I think this is going to be another example of Oklahoma wasn't ready for this. They made the move with gusto to the SEC, and it's gone about as I expected. But the fact that they've only scored 12 points in the last 2 weeks against SEC opponents, and now you have to go up against the Ole Miss Rebels on the road, I don't think that's going to end in your favor either. And there's a good chance that they score fewer points this week than they did last week.
It's possible.
I mean, I'm thinking 40-6.
I'm not.
Something like that?
I think this
you think it's going to be competitive?
Way more competitive than that.
Oklahoma has gotten dump trucked 2 weeks in a row.
They're
I
not
think it's
good.
going to happen again.
They're not good. I mean, to me, Brett Venables he's got 1 foot in the grave, 1 foot on a banana peel, which is ironic because he looks like he's been in that grave for about 10 years at least.
We got a full 4 o'clock slate. I mean, other than the one that I jumped out of line to talk about earlier. We got the rest of the 4 o'clock slate. Previews coming your way, plus the primetime games here as we get ready for Week 8 in the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville.
Hey, what's going on? This is Barry from the band Shinedown. We're heating things up with the release of our third hot sauce, Attention, Mango Habanero. The really hot part is that for every bottle of sauce you buy, a portion of the proceeds will be donated to Musicians on Call. Musicians on Call brings live music directly to patients, families, and caregivers in hospitals across the country. Get your hands on our new hot sauce by visiting shinedown.com/tasteofmadness and help us deliver the healing power of music with Musicians on Call. We really appreciate it.
I think one of the things that patients don't realize is that when they get a joint replacement, that's not a lifetime treatment option. And they're probably, if they are a younger patient, signing up for multiple surgeries down the road.
As a physician and medical director for QC Kinetics, Dr. Caravelli's seen a pattern of trending joint pain. Prolonged medication, steroids, then surgery, possibly another surgery.
So a lot of our patients are trying to avoid or put off surgery, and this is the treatment that can help them do that.
QC Kinetics extracts your body's healing substances, concentrates them back into your aching joints to help heal and restore those areas, providing lasting relief.
Oh, I love being able to tell my patients, before we do this surgery, let's try another option. Let's see if this is right for you, because now they might not have to have surgery at all.
Call today for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 828-333-9517. That's 828-333-9517. 828-333-9517.
What's the best place to reach new customers for your business? Wherever they are. And that's exactly where you can be with iHeartMedia. We talk to our listeners everywhere, from the car to the gym to the kitchen. Your next customer is listening. And not only can we get your message to your audience, we can also show you how it's working in real time. That goes for broad brand messaging and targeted hyperlocal influencer campaigns alike. Start growing your business today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate in the mountains, you need to call the agents at Clarissa Sells WNC, brokered by eXp Realty. Check us out online at ClarissaSellsWNC.com. Download our free app on Google Play or the App Store. type in Asheville Home Search. You'll be able to connect with our team and see all the available homes for sale in our area. For more information, contact us today at 828-774-6343 or clarissasellswnc@gmail.com.
Showtime Sports and Mountain Graphics have teamed up under new ownership by an Asheville native to better serve our community with the finest custom apparel and unique branded items at the best price. Showtime Sports and Mountain Graphics can customize whatever you, your team, business, or local group may need through high-quality screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving right here in Asheville. Free personal delivery within Buncombe County and a reduced delivery fee anywhere in Western North Carolina. Visit ShowtimeSportsAVL.com and MountainGraphicsAVL.com. Your one-stop custom apparel shops.
Do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Our mission, to improve lives with every interaction. This is JW, General Manager at Parks Ford Hendersonville. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com. That's parksfordhendersonville.com.
At Ingles Weather, we're celebrating Friday night rivals, televising college basketball games, bringing the Fan Fest to semi-pro soccer, or taking you out to the ball game at your minor league park. It's all in the bag. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
The Sportsocracy.
You were just dumber than a bag of hammers.
It is the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville on a
Football Friday.
4 o'clock slate of games. We already talked about the Carolina Panthers and the Denver Broncos. Jeremy and I split on that one because it's a 10.5-point spread. Jeremy says that's too many points. That even Carolina shouldn't be that big of a dog to Bo Nix. I think the Panthers are that bad, so I went Broncos to cover the 10.5. We both are on the under 40.5. You'll hear that on our sister station, News Radio 570 WWNC, 3:30 pregame, 4:25 the official kickoff time. The New Orleans Saints and the Los Angeles Chargers.
Let me give you a solid piece of advice. If Jaden Daniels does not play, which right now he's a game-time decision for Bears Commanders, if he were to not play and you get Marcus Mariota, take your wife to dinner for the 4 o'clock games. Or go take a walk, maybe read a book.
Mm-hmm. None of it's going to be fun.
Hit yourself in the nethers with a wiffle ball bat. There's anything other than spend 3 hours watching these games.
Yeah. New Orleans and Los Angeles, it doesn't really make the heart sing all that much, but it's an opportunity for Los Angeles to get over 500. Well, I think they will.
If you told me Kathy Bates decided she was going to break into the adult film industry, I would watch her debut before I would watch this game. If it was either or, for sure.
Just be glad you don't watch movies because some of us have already seen it, and it's not great.
I know. I've never seen it, but I know it happened.
It did happen, and we all tried to forget about it because I've always thought that Kathy Bates was my mom's doppelganger, and that was not something that I needed to be seeing in the middle. My wife says, hey, let's watch that cute new Matthew McConaughey movie. How about we don't? Because my mom's naked on that screen, and I don't need to see it.
I'm good. I'll pass.
That was the Terry Bradshaw movie, I think, the failure to launch movie that he did with old Sarah Jessica, what's her face. Los Angeles Chargers, I mean, it's a 7-point spread, though. Is that scare you at all? It makes me think
I don't love
that's
it.
Too many points.
I don't love it. But if Derek Carr plays, I'll take New Orleans. If Derek Carr doesn't play, I'll take the Chargers. Okay. And he's questionable.
He is questionable for the game. All right. I'm gonna be wrong, but I'll take the Los Angeles Chargers just regardless. It is a lot of points, and I am leery about making them a 7-point favorite over, like a full touchdown favorite over anybody. But I'm kind of in the boat with the New Orleans Saints that I am with the Carolina Panthers. Like, I think they are that bad, and there's nothing going positive for this team. if Derek Carr comes back, that'll be a little bit of a bump, obviously. But is it ever going to get good? While Dennis Allen is leading this team, are they ever going to be what they can be? And I think that's a no.
The Saints actively have 9 guys on IR. They have 8 starters that are questionable for this game. This is just a really hurt team, but I would almost like to say that I will take the Saints if Carr, Kamara, and Olave all play. I feel like Olave's not going to, but I'm not sure Derek Carr's not enough for them to cover.
Mm-hmm. Over 41.5 for me.
Under.
Really?
Not even a thought. This will be, I don't see how either one of these teams gets 20 points.
Like 2010?
Somewhere in that ballpark.
Yeah, that'd put you well under.
I want nothing to do with this game from a fantasy outlook standpoint.
Let's go Bills Seahawks next. In Seattle, Buffalo is a 3-point favorite. And that's not enough. I mean, that doesn't give me any pause.
It really doesn't me either.
I feel like that's a low number. But of course, I don't give the Seahawks much credit.
It would be mighty nice if Seattle could win this game for me. That would be really kind of you. I don't think you're going to, but it would be sweet if you did.
Well, if you were going to, at least you're in the place where you have at least a little bit of an advantage.
There's also a great chance it's going to rain during this game, and this has super gross fest written all over it to me. And yes, I do realize I've said that about like half of the games on this slate.
Mm-hmm.
I could have said it about the other half too.
Over-under is 46.5.
I will go under. I think the rain is going to complicate this.
Okay. I mean, is it going to be raining sideways?
No, it's just light rain.
Oh, just light rain. That wouldn't concern me.
Or as people in Seattle call it, beach weather.
Beach weather.
Because light rain is that's sunny in Seattle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not a couple of showers. A rain jacket may be needed for the football game. So says the AccuWeather. The fans may need a jacket. I don't think I'm taking off of this game if it's not going to be raining sideways.
You know, they say styles make fights.
Yeah.
The styles in this fight make me absolutely have no desire to watch it whatsoever. I just think these are two unappealing teams to watch.
Mm-hmm. Still want to see the growth that comes with Amari Cooper.
He needs to be far more involved in the game plan than he was last week. And I get it. He only had 2 practices to actually integrate himself. He's had 4 week practice now.
Right.
And I'm not saying he's got to be Amari Cooper, but he needs to be far more than he was. Because, I mean, look, Seattle could win this game and it wouldn't stun me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there are games here that it not being the outcome that I think would stun me. This ain't one of them.
All right, we're both on Buffalo minus the 3. And on the under?
I'm taking the under, yes.
And the under. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Let's go to the Kansas City Chiefs and the Las Vegas Raiders.
Why is this game going to be close?
Because it's Kansas City.
And every game they play is close. It shouldn't be. This should be an absolute annihilation by the Kansas City Chiefs. And I have a funny feeling it's not going to be.
So you're on Las Vegas plus the 9.5.
Oh, I didn't say that.
Oh, I thought that was your pick.
Kansas City loves to play with their food.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, I still think they find a way to win this by 14 points. I just think it's going to be close for entirely longer than it should be.
Mm-hmm.
I can't find an advantage that the Raiders have in this game.
They don't have one.
But as Stephen Tao pointed out, they were the last team to beat the Kansas City Chiefs.
I mean, they have the best pass rusher in the game.
They do, but it's a lot closer with Chris Jones than you want it to be.
That's the only plus that they have, though. And I think Kansas City wins, and I'll take. I'm not taking Las Vegas anything. You know me.
How integrated into this offense do you think DeAndre Hopkins will be?
I don't think much.
Let me ask this a different way.
Okay.
I'm going to set the over-under at 19.5 plays. Over or under number of snaps he gets total.
19.5, I would. Over, but slightly.
I will say under by a lot. I think it's about 10.
Really?
You don't have to.
Yeah.
I need him for the playoffs. I don't need him to beat the Las Vegas Raiders.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't need to push him in game one.
I want him to be as comfortable as he can possibly be. There are a handful of plays that I will have had enough time to get him comfortable with, and that's what I'm going to do. And he may not see a target. He might be the best decoy we've had in a long time.
Can the Kansas City Chiefs score 41 points by themselves in this game?
Can they? Yes. Will they? No.
Will they? No. 41.5 is the over-under. And I think I like the under on this.
That feels low. I'm going to go over. Not by a ton, and I don't feel great about it, but I will take the over.
That's going to be another beat-down spot for the Kansas City Chiefs, I think.
It should be, but Kansas City just really never does that.
You're right. They don't. You're in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Temperatures a good bit above average here this afternoon and again tomorrow, and then cooler air in for the end of the weekend. Lots of sunshine this afternoon. Temperatures climbing up towards the upper part of the 70s. That's close to 10 degrees above average. Clear, cool upper 40s tonight. Sunny again tomorrow. High Saturday afternoon, middle to upper 70s. A stray shower possible Saturday night as the front moves through behind it. Mix of clouds and sun cooler around 60 Sunday. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone at the Weather Channel.
This report is sponsored by GeneratorFranchise.com. Millions protect their homes from power outages with Generac home standby generators. Would you like to be part of this lucrative industry? Generator Supercenter, the nation's #1 Generac generator dealer, has limited franchise opportunities in your area. Learn more at GeneratorFranchise.com.
If you like my corny dad jokes, then you need to go see Dr. Rebecca Merrill at Asheville Smiles Cosmetic and Family Dentistry. I sat down with her the other day, and she had me laughing. And y'all, that is the environment that they created Asheville Smiles. You're going to feel relaxed. It's like a family when you go there. They want to make sure that you are comfortable during whatever procedure, whatever process you have to have done. With general family dentistry, as well as Invisalign orthodontics with free Invisalign consultations. Also, they do Botox, fillers, sleep apnea screenings, which are also free. Read more online at AshevilleSmiles.com.
With 2 convenient locations, Singleton's Automotive will keep your vehicle on the road. Singleton's offers routine maintenance, BG services, tires, inspections, alignments, and more in their family-owned shops. Singleton's Automotive is hiring technicians for both locations. Receive competitive pay and benefits depending on experience. Visit singletonsautomotive.com. That's singletonsautomotive.com. Car care with character.
Panther football live all season long on News Radio 570 WWNC.
Dalton, chest high snap, hands Chuba, sweeps around the left side, has an angle, and cuts it in for a touchdown.
Hey, this is Anish Shroff. Join me, Jake Delhomme, Luke Kuechly, and Sharon Thorsland Sunday as the Panthers travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. Pre-game coverage comes your way at 3:30. Kickoff follows at 4:25 on the Carolina Panthers Radio Network.
The 2024 general election is right around the corner, and News Radio 570 WWNC is covering every angle of it for you. From the local elections right here in Western North Carolina to the state offices in Raleigh, and of course, the race for the White House. News Radio 570 WWNC is your official election information station.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
It's time to kick off the perfect tailgate and take your team to Ingles. Chips and guac made fresh in store every day. The best meat in town packaged fresh every day. And smiling faces giving you their best every day. Let's be real. In the South, football season is our favorite season of the year. There's a lot to smile about, especially with deals like these. Ingalls. Low prices, love the savings.
Do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. This is JW with Parks Fort Hendersonville, and I'm so excited to introduce our first Parks Promise community hero, the American Red Cross of Western North Carolina. The need for blood is so important, and in the summer months, the need is even greater. Did you know that you can donate every 56 days? Save lives this summer. Head to redcross.org to schedule an appointment or find a blood drive near you. Congratulations to the American Red Cross, our Parks Promise community hero.
We are back at the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville. Time for the most important message of the day, Jeremy Green.
Don't do crimes!
And if it has value, it's proof that somebody out there is going to try to steal it. Weird things get stolen all of the time. And this story comes to us from the UK, where hundreds of truckles of cheddar worth more. Truckles. That is a new one for me as well. A truckle of cheddar. But I think that's all I want to call it now. Honey, while you go to the store, will you pick up a truckle of cheddar while you're there, please?
What is this unit of measure?
I'm not real sure. Hundreds of truckles of cheddar worth more than 300,000 pounds were stolen from Neil's Yard Dairy in London. So this is like a cheese house. They have a picture here of their, I'm guessing these are the truckles. The truckles are like the wheels of cheese?
Yes. A truckle of cheese is a cylindrical wheel of cheese.
Yes.
Usually taller than it is wide and often covered in wax.
And there were 950 cloth-bound cheeses that were delivered to these fraudsters that posed as wholesalers and then just never paid for any of it. Like, I mean, don't you need a down payment or something? Don't you have some kind of security deposit? Like, I'm bringing you 950 truckles. You need to pay me for at least 200 of the truckles up front, and then I'll take your payments after that? I don't know. I mean, what's the vetting process for cheese wholesalers? Is there I would imagine that there's like a cheese guild that you could call, and you could call Mayor McCheese, and Mayor McCheese will tell you, like, these are the wholesalers that we trust. I just don't see how you get, 300,000 pounds. I mean, so that's like, what, $350,000, something like that. I don't know what the conversion rate is, but that's a lot of money worth of cheese. And somehow they stole it.
So somewhere there is a truck that has truckles of cheese and spatchcocked turkeys. That's a term I just learned. I didn't know that term, and I saw it, and I went, what does that mean?
He chuckled. He chuckled
quite
a bit. Quite a bit. The quote in the
sounds
story,
like something you do in college.
The quote in the story here, though, is probably my favorite part of it. This was from a guy named Patrick Holden, who he owns a farm where the cheddar is made. And he says about the cheese world that it's a world where one's word is one's bond. And it might have caused the company a setback, but the degree of trust that exists within our small industry as a whole is due in no small part to the ethos of Neil's Yard Dairy's founders. So there's a lot of trust in the cheese wheel.
So basically what you're telling me is that he was a cheeseman, his daddy was a cheeseman, his pawpaw was a cheeseman.
Yes.
We've been in the cheese business for 200 years.
Yes. And if a cheeseman says he's going to do something, well, damn it, he's going to do it.
Cheeseman also would be a strange job if you were running for mayor of Portland. Right up there with beaver exterminator.
Mm-hmm.
Which is also never mind. No good can come from what I was getting to say there. You can assume, though. Use your imagination.
I just caught one of my own. Let's move on.
My story comes from Los Angeles, California.
Mm-hmm.
A illegal pot operation was thought to be in a diagnostic clinic in Van Nuys. So the Los Angeles Police Department decided that they were going to do what you would do if they were illegally growing the marijuanas. You rate it. What do you think a diagnostic office, medical diagnostic office, what kind of machines would you think they would have in an office like that?
In a diagnostic office?
They run medical tests, things like
all
that.
All the ones that beep,
So like maybe a MRI machine?
Yeah, you probably have one of those.
Well, if you raid one of those, you should probably know that. Apparently the LAPD didn't. Because they bust through the door, and the MRI machine is on. And guess what went to flying?
All the guns.
Somebody's gun just went flying across the room. And then they looked around and went, I don't see weed here. They got some bad intel. So they broke into a doctor's office, just suns out, guns out. They broke the MRI machine, and now they're being sued by NoHo Diagnostic.
Absolutely.
For compensatory damages. Compensatory. That's how that word's pronounced.
Compensatory damages.
Compensatory damages.
Just how much is an MRI machine? I'm curious.
Oh, like $500,000.
Oh, I'm sure. No doubt.
Wow. Yeah.
And
that's not fine police work.
So was
Briggs and Murtaugh.
So was there like a patient in it at the time? Like, were they running someone through the MRI machine and the cops bust up in there? Because you said it was on.
It was on, yes.
Could you imagine how terrifying? I mean, I don't know if you've ever had an MRI, but this is the one where they slide you through the little hole, right? And it makes the loud banging noises. I had one of those, and I could not. I was frightened anyway. If a gun just all of a sudden out of nowhere came flying up in front of my face, like, okay, I'm through now. I'm through now. Can you get me out?
I'm through MRI now. I'm done. You know what? Just let it kill me. It's fine. I don't need any of this. Would you like to know why they thought this was an illegal front for a weed operation?
Yes, I would.
So they had tinted windows, security cameras. Their electric usage was significant.
And run there was a $500,000 MRI machine.
And there was a distinct odor of cannabis around it's in a shopping center. It could have been children smoking the devil's lettuce. Maybe you should have had a little more information than this before you go busting in Mr. Magoo.
Why in my head do I have this as like this is in a strip mall?
It is.
And they called and they said, hey, I think the MRI place is selling weed because I smell it over there all the time. Meanwhile, it's the nail place 2 stores down.
Oh, yeah.
Like they think the smell's emanating from this wild place, and then, oh no, it's actually I'm not picking on any certain business here. It's just the laundromat has weed in the 7 machines in the back or something like that.
Let's see what's in this shopping center. I guarantee you I can find it.
They're running it out of the back of the Firehouse Subs.
You hate on Firehouse.
I'm not hating on Firehouse Subs.
Okay, there.
I'm saying it could be anybody.
Let's zoom in and see what we got around this here establishment. It looks like it's a medical. There is a UPS store, so you know somebody's getting high in the back of that place.
Yep.
I have never in my life seen somebody working at a UPS store that I went, I'm going to bet that guy goes home and reads his Bible. I'll bet that dude smokes a bunch of weed.
What is it, the shorts? Is it the shorts that throws you off with the UPS
store,
guys?
That's not the UPS store is not directly affiliated. They don't wear the uniform.
Right, okay.
No, every time I've ever gone in one of those places, there's always been a really sweet girl and a guy that looks like Seth Rogen's brother. And he looks like
You've been going to the Airport Road store, haven't you?
I have made an appearance there before, yes.
Jeff's a nice guy. You better back off.
And it always looks like all I have to do is say 1 or 2 cool things before he goes, you want to hit this dude?
He said, hey, you want to do some crimes?
You want to woo her? How about a wooer?
If you had Wooer coming up twice on this program this week, you win the bingo.
Got you, Willie.
Will it let me share out links in the YouTube channel?
Yes.
Can I do that? All right. Yes. I'm going to copy this link here and put it up in the YouTube channel just in case anybody wants it or anybody wants to share it out as well. Just got this email in from our wonderful sales lady, Terry Lynn Queen. Local lawyer Leah Broker has put up her tickets for tomorrow night's concert for Carolina and her hotel stay. She's putting them up for auction for the Asheville Firefighters Association Foundation.
Oh, that's very kind.
Yeah, so for the next 19 hours, this auction is going to go on and try to raise as much money as possible for the Asheville Firefighters Association Foundation. Thank you to Leah. If she happens to be listening to this stupid-ass sports show in the middle of a day. I mean, she's a lawyer. I think she's got better things to do than sit around and listen to us.
Frankly, if a lawyer is listening to us, it's because she's researching good clients.
Right. But if anybody knows Leah and you're listening to the program, tell Leah that we appreciate all that she's doing. It's a really cool thing that she has put these tickets and the hotel stay up for auction to benefit the Asheville Firefighters Association Foundation. And I'll be putting this link into the chat. Everybody feel free to share it out. We got 19 hours to make as much money as possible for this benefit. And here's the thing. It's going to be a monumental night. I mean, I'm not even a big country music fan, but I know how big of a deal this is going to be.
And if you're going to the show, feel free to hit me up on Twitter because it's going to be a few adult beverages.
Right.
Might even be a Wooer. Who knows?
Outside the stadium, there will be an iHeart gathering of people, and I'm sure that we're going to be hanging around there. So if you want to go over, and they'll have like photo booths set up and stuff. It's going to be like one giant radio remote, basically right before the show starts. So if y'all are going out there, you may see us out at the iHeart tent outside of Bank of America Stadium. Concert for Carolina tomorrow night. You can stream it for free if you live inside the disaster area. Go to veeps.com, and all you got to do is just click and accept your stream. It's geo-tracked, so they know where you are. If you're outside of the hurricane-affected area, $24.99 is what it costs. And if you just want to listen to it riding around town, 99.9 KISS Country will be streaming the concert for Carolina live. You're in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville. We got some games to get to here. One more in the 4 o'clock slate. It's
the only really good one if Jaden Daniels plays.
It's the Chicago Bears and the Washington Commanders. How badly how iffy is it that Jaden Daniels is going to play? Game time decision. And if it has to be Marcus Mariota, can they win the game?
No. If it's Marcus Mariota, I'll take Chicago to cover the 3. If it's Jaden Daniels, I'll take Washington to win outright.
Makes all the sense in the world.
And honestly, I think it's that simple.
Mm-hmm. Over or under 43.5?
Over. I will take that. I don't care who plays quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if Mayor McCheese or Captain Wooer from the UPS store plays quarterback for the Washington Commanders. I'll go over 43.5.
I'll take Washington plus the 3. That tells me that, I mean, they shouldn't be a dog in this game if Jaden Daniels is healthy. So
you have to kind of split the difference. I mean, when you've got a true game-time decision out of a quarterback, you're talking about a line that could move 6 full points.
Mm-hmm. I'll take Washington plus the 3, regardless of who plays.
I have not looked to see. I don't actually know what Vegas puts on Jaden Daniels.
Oh, what his point spread is or whatever?
It's not as much as I would have thought.
Is it like 4.5?
3.5.
3.5.
I think that's what Jared Goff and Brock Purdy get. I feel like that's a little low.
He's still young, though.
He is still young, but that's behind Jordan Love, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
All right, Sunday Night Football this week. It's the San Francisco 49ers and the Dallas Cowboys. When I mentioned this game earlier today, I think 49ers are just going to beat the hell out of them. I'm not real sure what explanation there is for that. I don't believe in the Cowboys, and I feel like the 49ers, every time they get up against the Cowboys, they got something to prove. And they generally do it, I think.
I feel like San Francisco at this point is getting a benefit of the doubt that they don't deserve.
Mm-hmm.
This defense is not particularly good. You're down to just Debo and George Kittle because you won't have Christian McCaffrey in this game. And to me, that's not enough to beat the Dallas Cowboys. I also have no idea who's supposed to stop CeeDee Lamb.
Mm-hmm.
You also have a game from last year where San Francisco took a lot of joy in absolutely burying the Dallas Cowboys. And trust me, they remember it.
Mm-hmm.
I was going
to say, is there anything they can do about it?
I will take the Dallas Cowboys to win this game outright.
Okay. A little redemption for Dak Prescott and the Cowboys. San Francisco minus 4.5. I think this is going to be a 2-score game at best. I know they're not the same San Francisco, but again, I just feel like I get the better coach. I don't get the better quarterback in this situation, but I am at home.
This is a 3-4 team that is treated like they're 5-2. They're not. This is a team that lost to the Arizona Cardinals.
Mm-hmm. But is it a fluky 3-4?
No. Tell me where the fluke is. I'll wait. What was fluky? Did you walk away from the Arizona Cardinal game and go, I don't think Arizona was better? Because I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
I walked away and went, man, I'm actually kind of shocked it took you that long to beat them.
Yeah.
Because Brock Purdy basically handed you the game.
Mm-hmm.
They're very equivalent teams.
Yeah. I mean, they were, they played it close with the Vikings. It was close with the Rams. It was close with the Cardinals.
The score was close with the Vikings. That game was never close. It was never in doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota led from pillar to post. If I'm not mistaken, they never trailed in that game. It was 10-0 in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Or very close to that.
Yeah, it was 10-0. And they made a run in the fourth quarter to try to score.
They scored. I've got the game log right here. They scored with 10:15 to go to make a touchdown game.
Yep.
The Vikings then went on a 7-minute drive where they never had more than a 3rd and 3.
Mm-hmm.
Salted it away with a field goal. And then San Francisco tried to play the cute little, hey, let's kick a field goal, see if we get it onside, and they never got close.
Yeah.
That wasn't a fluke. Minnesota's better than you, period.
Mm-hmm.
Never doubted that for 1 second. The Rams, okay, maybe that one was a little fluky. Kansas City, they mushed your face for 60 minutes.
Yep.
None of this is a fluke.
Okay.
And I'll
this
go ahead
is who
and tell
they
you,
are.
they're losing one of these next 2 games. Whether it's the Cowboys or the Buccaneers, I don't know. They're going to lose one of these 2 games.
All right, Monday Night Football, Giants and the Steelers. Steelers a 6-point favorite. I'll take it. You give me Pittsburgh minus the 6. And the over-under's 36.5, and I think I like the under.
I definitely like the under. I want to say New York Giants here so bad, and I'm not going to. I'll take Pittsburgh.
All right, Pittsburgh minus the 6.
Pittsburgh and the under.
Yep, both going under the 36.5. Take a quick break. When we come back,
bangers.
Yep.
Haywood Community College offers over 30 programs of study to obtain your associate's degree or specialized certification. We can help you find the perfect program to pursue your educational journey while staying local, offering small class sizes with flexible classroom delivery options and transferable degrees and credits to numerous North Carolina universities. There's no telling where HCC could lead you. Save time and money by staying local. Visit haywood.edu for more information and to begin the registration process. And go Mounties!
This is an ad by BetterHelp Online Therapy. October is the season for wearing masks and costumes, but some of us feel like we wear a mask and hide more often than we want to. At work, in social settings, around our family. Therapy can help you learn to accept all parts of yourself so you can stop hiding and take off the mask. Because masks should be for Halloween fun, not for your emotions. Therapy is a great tool for facing your fears and finding ways to overcome them. If you're thinking of starting therapy but you're afraid of what you might uncover, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Take off the mask with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/takecare today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/takecare.
When it comes to electrical needs in Asheville, trust the experts at Grigg Electric. Veteran-owned and operated, Grigg Electric is Asheville's #1 choice for electrical services. They offer a variety of electrical services for residential, commercial, or industrial installations in Buncombe, Henderson, Madison, McDowell, and Yancey counties. Call Grigg Electric today, 828-232-0021. That's 828-232-0021. Serving Western North Carolina since 1976. Online at griggelectric.com. Showtime Sports and Mountain Graphics have teamed up under new ownership by an Asheville native to better serve our community with the finest custom apparel and unique branded items at the best price. Showtime Sports and Mountain Graphics can customize whatever you, your team, business, or local group may need through high-quality screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving right here in Asheville. Free personal delivery within Buncombe County and a reduced delivery fee anywhere in Western North Carolina. Visit ShowtimeSportsAVL.com and MountainGraphicsAVL.com. Your one-stop custom apparel shops.
There's a lot of talk about heroes these days.
Hey, buddy, you want to go fishing?
The folks in the funny outfits with superpowers and spandex.
All right, buddy, let me help you.
But at Ingalls, we know that a lot of our heroes
Now you look like a crow.
are a little closer to home. They're the ones who give us what we need for those everyday adventures. That's why we look up to the ones who look out for us.
Don't forget your fish food. Catch a big one.
Ingalls.
See you later, Dad.
All the ingredients for family.
If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate in the mountains, you need to call the agents at Clarissa Sells WNC, brokered by eXp Realty. Check us out online at clarissasellswnc.com. And did I mention that Clarissa Sells WNC loves teachers? We love teachers so much, we're giving back 25% of our commission at closing. For more information, contact us today at 828-774-6343 or clarissasellswnc@gmail.com.
Coffee's for closers only. Get them the money.
Then when you get the money, you get the power.
That watch costs more than your car.
Then when you get the power, then you get the woman.
Oh, it's my favorite time of every week. It's my time to shine with all of my favorite.
Underdog, 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 underdog.
Speed of lightning, roar of thunder. Stanford's a 3-point dog against Wake Forest. Have you seen Wake Forest? Because they're bad at football. They shouldn't be a favorite on the road against anybody. Give me the Cardinal plus the 3. They win outright. Oklahoma State's a 6.5-point dog at Baylor in a game that will be an assault on your eyeballs. But Oklahoma State's going to win it. At some point, Ollie Gordon's got to be that dude again, and this feels like a great get-right spot. I swear to you, I quadruple-checked what I'm getting ready to say. BYU, the number 11 or 12 team in the country, is a 2.5-point dog at Central Florida. You could tell me that the entire BYU team was abducted by space aliens and they're having to play the intramural BYU team. I would still take them to cover 2.5 against a god-awful Central Florida team. Give me BYU. They went outright too. Missouri's a 17.5-point dog at Alabama. That's too many points. You're overreacting to what you just saw. They struggle with Auburn. Alabama's not good offensively. It's too many points. Alabama wins, but Missouri covers. And my favorite pick of the week.
Oh, you can tell my lips, you tell my fingertips, they won't be reaching out for you no more.
It's the achy breaky, no mistakey. The LSU Tigers are a dog. It's only by a point. That's still a dog, and they're going into Texas A&M. They're going into Kyle Field, and they're taking down the Aggies. We're going to play neck all night long. Give me LSU as the achy, breaky, no mistakey of the week.
And you can take all those wagers over to the DraftKings Sportsbook app and rake in. And, you know, the NBA season is here, and, you know, does your favorite NBA player have a chance to be the king of the court? You can find out With the DraftKings Sportsbook app, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, DraftKings offering $1 million a day in bonus bets for the first 10 days of the NBA season. So you're losing time on your chance to cash in on the king of the court. That's $10 million in bonus bets over the first 10 days of the season, and here's how you shoot your shot. You just opt in and get a daily NBA Profit Boost token. You pick the pregame NBA player prop to boost, and if that player ends up leading the league that night in points plus rebounds plus assists, then you win a share of $1 million in bonus bets.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WPEK. That's code WPEK to win a share of $1 million in bonus bets if your player is king of the court. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov. 21 plus, North Carolina only. Eligibility restrictions apply. One NBA prop bet profit boost per customer. Tokens expire at the start of the final NBA game each day when offered. Use token on PRA Stat Leader to receive equal share of $1 million in non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 168 hours. Additional wagering restrictions apply. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/bball.
We will be back with you on Wednesday of next week here at noon on ESPN Asheville. Look for Jeremy on Monday on YouTube only.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Temperatures a good bit above average here this afternoon and again tomorrow, and then cooler air in for the end of the weekend. Lots of sunshine this afternoon. Temperatures climbing up towards the upper part of the 70s. That's close to 10 degrees above average. Clear, cool upper 40s tonight. Sunny again tomorrow. High Saturday afternoon, middle to upper 70s. A stray shower possible Saturday night as the front moves through behind it. Mix of clouds and sun cooler around 60 Sunday. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone at the Weather Channel.
This report is sponsored by LifeLock.
As Cybersecurity Awareness Month wraps up, remember to update your software to fix security issues that identity thieves exploit to steal personal info. And for comprehensive identity theft protection, choose LifeLock. Start your 30-day free trial today at lifelock.com/cybersafety.
From the Ingalls Studios, this is ESPN Asheville, WPEK, W225CJ Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, and iHeart Radio Station.